Duh. Okay. Ooh. Good morning, folks. Rodney here. Today's going to be kind of a special day. I'm going to be doing a box opening. In fact, I want to do that now and get that over with before I invite people into the stream. And then later on in the stream itself, an event is going to take place. Some people have seen it before on other channels, but you're going to see it here again today with something that I've never tried before. So anyway, let me go ahead with the box opening while I'm waiting for people to join the stream. I sent emails out to people. Hopefully they'll be joining soon. And anyway, so a while back I sent a shirt to one of my Australian friends in Australia, and I sent him a shirt and a cup, and he wanted to send me something back. Well, we got to talking a couple of Saturdays ago on Saturday morning with Rodney, or Saturday morning coffee with Rodney and friends, and I told him that I would be interested in trying to try something. And so he said he was going to send that something to me. And hang on, folks. Let me finish what I'm saying here. Anyway, he said he was going to send that something to me, and I'm going to do that today, but it'll be later on in the stream. Folks, excuse me. I'm going to go and try and find the chats. I see Peter Carroll's in the house. The Grumpy Vlogger's in the house. Lloyd, I know you've been up for a while. If you'd like to join, I sent you a link. Peter, I'll send you a link later on in the show. So let me see here. I need to find my chats. All right, there it is. Okay, let me see here. I need to turn that down. Pop out the chats. Move the chats over here. Bring back up the. Now, Lloyd, when you join, I may leave you backstage for a couple minutes until I'm done with the box opening. But anyway, here's the package that I got from Australia. And it comes to me from Matt North. Matt North sent this to me. I was looking to see specifically was, but anyway, he's somewhere in Australia. But anyway, obviously I've already opened it, but thought I'd do it on here. I was okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do the box opening. But anyway, he sent me. Not only did he send me the thing I'm going to try, he sent me some other stuff. Just what I always wanted. A stuffed koala. Oh, Matt, you are in here. Okay, I'm going to bring you in, buddy.
Hey, mate, how are you?
Looky here.
Hello.
Koala bear. I'm going to set it in a place of prominence.
Oh, no worries, mate. Yeah.
A keychain koala bear. Now, buddy, I like it, but I'm not going to carry this around with me.
No, neither do I, mate. They're really good, but yeah, I wouldn't be doing that.
Well, it's too bulky for one thing. I do like it, though. I do appreciate it. And then he sent me some magnets. Oops, there's the camera. And that's pretty cool. And then, and this might even start an international incident. I don't know if Tomas O'Sullivan is in the house, but he sent me a hat from Ireland.
Yes.
And Matt sent me a hat from the land down under. I got to adjust the fit. Now my problem is I'm going to have to alternate wearing hats because we can't have any international incidences. Not on my live stream.
No, that's right,
But
mate.
anyway, Matt, I do appreciate that. Now for the thing, folks. You've seen it on Lloyd Mendenhall's channel, which I'm wearing his shirt, by the way. But here is the thing I am going to be trying.
Yeah.
Vegemite. Matt, first off, you overdid yourself. This was the only thing I was expecting. It really was.
Oh, look, mate.
I do appreciate the hat and the goodies and stuff. It's really
my pleasure,
nice.
mate.
So later on in the stream, I'm going to be trying this live on YouTube and join the ranks of the Vegemite.
Yeah, mate. You're gonna love it. I'll tell you now, right? A lot of people make mistakes when they put Vegemite on, and they put it on way, way, way too thick. This is where the disgust starts. So I would suggest that you make your toast up or whatever you do, put butter on it, and just put a nice thin slice over it, mate, and you will enjoy it a lot better if you enjoyed it all.
Well, first off, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna here in a little bit. I'm gonna cook up. I'm gonna invite Lloyd in here. I'm going to go make some toast, and then I'll bring it in here. And first, I'm going to take half of the toast and put a little on it without anything. It wouldn't be right without I want to get the flavor of it before we add the stuff that's going to make it taste better. Lloyd, did you catch the first part of this?
I was coming in here setting up. I take it
Lloyd's
you're going to
got
do the
volume,
Vegemite
mate.
challenge.
No volume, Lloyd.
Oh yeah, Lloyd, have you met Matt North? Matt North, this is Lloyd Mendenhall, the grumpy vlogger.
Well, I've seen him.
I can't hear Lloyd.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
I hear you, Lloyd.
All right, and I hear Matt.
Why can't I hear Lloyd?
I don't know.
You gotta love modern technology.
Yeah.
But he sent me this hat. He sent me the koala bear. He sent me a koala bear keychain. And
definitely good.
Some magnets and stuff.
All right.
So I told him I'm gonna. Tomas O'Sullivan sent me a hat as well. So now I've got an Irish hat, and an Australian hat, and I'm going to create an international incident. Lloyd, you better hurry up and win the election, brother, because I'm going to need your backing.
Yeah, okay.
You got all sorts of troubles there, Rodney.
Hey, Matt, can you hear Lloyd now?
No,
can you hear me now?
Oh,
can't hear me.
Turn that down. Hang on 2 seconds. No, I can't. Lloyd, say something, mate. Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
He can hear me.
You can't hear me. I can hear you.
You can. I can read your lips.
And
I know sign language too, Lloyd. So
very slowly.
What? You said you should be called Stud Muffin? No, mate.
Yes.
See my name today, mate.
So,
I did it for you.
Anyway, that was the opening I wanted to do. But the main thing today is here in a little while I'm gonna taste the Vegemite for the very first time.
You'll love it,
Lloyd.
Well,
I've got my left shirt on.
I saw that. So I appreciate that patronage there on that. Yeah.
Maybe if I leave and come back in again.
But anyway,
That might work.
What if I was to leave for a sec, Rodney, and try that link again, and I might be able to hear Lloyd.
Okay.
We'll give it a crack.
While we're waiting for Matt to come back, I'm going to say hi to some people in the chat. Manic Magic Trevor, good morning. Cameron from Japan, good morning, brother. How you doing today? Lloyd, I just noticed you're great, buddy.
What? What do you mean?
You're great. I gotta fix that.
I'm gray or great?
Gray.
Great. Oh yeah.
Everybody knows you're great.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. You talk about in the chat.
In the moderator thing.
Yeah. I didn't, I hadn't even noticed that. Yeah.
Well, that's fixed now, brother.
All right. Yeah, there it is. Okay, thanks. So let me.
We've got Peter Carroll in the house, Ronald Lockwood, Farmall Fanatic, Jim Wallace, alias Mr. Graphic. Jim, good morning. Rick Halber's in the house. Okay, Matt's back.
Can you hear me now, Matt? Oh, he's still.
I can.
All right.
Lloyd,
excellent.
How are you, mate?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh, cracking along, mate. I haven't spoken to you for a long time, not since probably I was by drone, something like that.
Yeah. I think that's the last time. God, that's been months ago. Yeah.
It was, mate. It was. Yeah.
I knew we'd talked. I remember we'd talked. What part of Australia are you in?
Brisbane.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that was a while ago. That was when I don't know. I think one of my videos was on there somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I think I can't remember, but I remember he had something on there. And that was the first time we'd ever talked, I think, too.
It was, mate. Yeah. Actually, you were the guest. You were the guest host that day.
I was
co-hosting.
Yeah, when all else fails, he can always call me. I'm just like, I'm
the backup guy.
Yeah, I'm the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I heard he made a few phone calls before he got in contact with you, but
yeah, he usually does.
That's good, man.
He was so desperate last night that he had, because John was gone, so I was co-host the first 2 weeks, and then he got Artco in, and then he got Chris Hope come in. Because, like he said, he didn't think everybody could handle me for 4 weeks.
Yeah,
and I agreed. I'm pretty obnoxious and annoying most times. And unfortunately, his guest fell through, so I ended up being his guest today.
I'm sorry, Lloyd. I was typing something in the chat. What did you just say? You were guest with who? I'm called the Oracle on Oz by Drone, because I'm the only old guy he knows. And he says, I am the all knowing. I said, no, I'm the know it all. See, I can laugh at myself about that stuff. I have no problem, because I have no pride, but I have lots of ego.
And that's the main thing. You've got to have ego, mate.
Oh, yeah. To be in this, you do.
You got to have a little.
I'm quite shy.
Actually, YouTube has brought the ego out in me. Before I was shy. If I had met you in person, I would have just like, hi.
Yeah, you've come a long ways. I mean, you really have, Rodney. And
I can't believe you're that shy. You're a maniac, mate. I tell you.
Yeah, he cracks me up. Yeah, you do, Rodney. You crack us up. When you shaved that beard off, though, I almost didn't recognize you when I first saw it.
No,
who in God's name is that?
Huh?
I like, who in God's name is that? Oh, that's Rodney. Oh my God.
Well, I got to do it every 3 or 4 months. Ever since I got out of the Navy, man, I do. I get my hair cut about every 6 months. So I get to looking like a mountain man now that I'm growing a beard. And then all of a sudden I come up, and I don't tell anybody I'm going to do it. I just surprise people.
Right.
And it's amazing that when I do come live on YouTube, people are like, "Whoa, who are you? What? You're
Yeah.
not Rodney.
Who's that
Well, that
young
was it.
fella?
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
younger fella." Rodney's an
Exactly.
old
Yeah.
man.
He's not. Yeah. And so, Rodney, you did hear my announcement that I'm running for president.
I think you made it on. Was it
Well,
my sunrise stream or Jim's stream?
well, yeah, Jim brought it out, but I made the official announcement. I did a live stream yesterday, and 40-minute live stream in which I announced that I would be running for president of the United States. I stand for nothing. I disapprove of everybody equally, so there's no problem.
There's no bias there.
I don't like anybody, so that pretty much covers everybody. So
Yeah,
so
well,
there's no bias. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not too sure about your choice of vice president, though.
Well, he just kind of fell into that because, well, he had the second half of my slogan, because the first half was bite me. The second half is vote for me and we'll set you free. So it just all kind of fell in place, and he volunteered, and nobody else wanted to be my running mate at that moment. So, I just grabbed him. So, we're running on it's the NDIM Republican Party.
Okay.
And it's a mouthful.
Well, you got my vote.
Yeah, and this is the way it's going to work. As soon as we get elected, I'm going to sign it into law. Everybody's going to get everything for free, but you will have to all go to work, and we'll triple your taxes to pay for all the free stuff. But then when it fails, hey, we're going to have a tax cut, and we're going to take all the free stuff away, and then you can go back to doing what you were doing.
That sounds about what's going on at the moment here in Australia.
Yeah. And I will treat everybody as equally unequal as I equally can, And by the way, I am not against taking corporate bribes, but I am honest about it.
Well,
at least you let us know you're doing
And
it.
I do not like cigars.
So you're going to ban cigars?
Well, in the White House anyways. My wife told me I had to.
I can imagine you hooking up your U-Haul, ripping down to the White House, moving in.
Yeah. Well, I don't talk about this stuff very often, but there's been so much crap going on lately. I was driving back from Tulsa yesterday, and because I'd had to go up there and I had to pick up a script for Judy, and I had to do it by myself. So I was bored. So I flipped on the camera and started a live stream going down the highway. Just says, yeah, well, with all the stuff that's been going on YouTube, I've decided to announce I'm running for president. And it just kind of took off from there.
Well, that's cool. I'll have to go back and look at that. Well, Tomas O'Sullivan is in the chat now. So,
hey, Thomas.
Tomas, your hat's been displaced, buddy.
Only for today, mate. Then it's going to be rotated on a rotating basis.
Matt North in Australia said, I don't need to be wearing no Australian or Irish hat. I need to wear Australian. Actually, Tomas, I'm going to be switching back and forth. I like both these hats.
That is something else I did want to bring up, because we've got, Matt here and we've got Thomas out there. And if I don't know if Peter Carroll's here or not, but I'm sure there's a couple Canadians in here, but Australian, Irish, British, and Canadian illegal aliens are allowed to vote.
Yeah. Oh dear. Actually, I feel like an alien when I'm out flying my drone sometimes, the way people look at me. So
What's really sad is people are starting to look at me like, I think I know him. And it's like,
He's the president.
yeah, no, they just recognize the hat, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I watch you. Some of them watch me. I kind of like, God, I wish you wouldn't.
Hey guys, you guys talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back in a second.
Okay,
That's
Rodney.
good. Actually, while Rodney's gone, you got to fill me in on your Vegemite experience, mate. I know I watched the video ages ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've developed a taste for it now
Yeah.
after many challenges. But yeah, my mate Grant Smith, if you ever watch any of my live streams, he's in there a lot. Grant Smith, Mr. Stay Drunk. And he and I have been mates for, I don't know, 22 years. And I don't know, people were teasing Ken Heron about, you have to eat Vegemite to come to Australia. And so I was telling him about it. And that was like on a Friday. And on Monday, UPS knocked and they handed me this box. And I look at it. What's this? I open it up and there's a tube of Vegemite. Really?
Yeah.
I thought, and then I looked down there and saw who sent it. And I said, that dog. So anyways, so I thought, all right, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. So I set my camera up and I opened up the Vegemite. And mind you, it had been brought and it was pretty warm weather. So it was a little thin where it's normally a little thick. It kind of squirted out like, really, oily grease, and I just squirted a big globber of it on my finger, held it up the camera and stuck it in my mouth.
You didn't muck around, mate, I tell you.
And then it's like, oh my God, I'm dying here. It was like the first, and then like an idiot, I still had some on my finger. So I'm going, oh yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah.
I remember you watching that video. The look on your face was priceless. Priceless.
It had that taken a big, I mean, we're talking about as much or a little more than you'd put on your toothbrush. I mean, I just shoved it in my mouth and, of course, all the Australians were giving me crap. That's not the way you're supposed to. I have. So since then, I've had it on, let's see. I got Mark Centroid. I got him to try it. Yeah, I challenged him, and he did it live on our show, on my show one night, or maybe it was Mel's show. I can't remember. And then he challenged me, well, sort of, and he had it with, I think, with hot sauce. So I did a cracker with hot sauce, and then he did chocolate and Vegemite. So, I didn't have any chocolate syrup. So I went in, I got a cracker, I put some hot sauce on it, and then I put some chocolate ice cream on it, and then I topped it with Vegemite. And he said, okay, all right, we're tied now. So that's good enough. So the next thing was I challenged him back, and he'd already made mention on his show several times that he hated Spam. So I fried up some Spam and put Vegemite on top of it. And then I said, I don't need to eat it fried. And so I went and cut it fresh off the slab and just took raw, slimy Spam, squirted it with Vegemite, and then ate it. That was when it ended. He never has done that.
You won.
I won. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
You see some really crazy stuff on YouTube. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And it's about to get a whole lot crazier.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately for me, I'm one of those that sort of takes the challenge, but I've not done the ghost. I don't do hot stuff. Although Tim Robinson, he had said, well, I'm going to do, he had this ghost chili sauce made out of ghost peppers. He says, well, I won't do the Vegemite because I'm not into what they call it, Marmalade, I think, over there in England. And he lives in England. So anyways, he says, but I'll do this he sat there, and Mitch from Old Guy on a Drone was on there, and he sat there. He took 1 teaspoon, and this is with these ghost peppers. It's what the sauce is made out of. And then which is one of the hottest peppers in the world. Then he turns around, and a minute later, he takes another teaspoon of this. And then a minute after that, he takes another teaspoon of it. He ended up with 4 teaspoons and going 6 minutes. Then he grabs he had a big, half-gallon jug of milk, and he just guzzles the whole thing.
Yeah, man. You know what? That helps for about 3 seconds until the milk's gone. And then it just burns you up again, man.
He was redder than this shirt. We thought he was going to die. I mean, and to be honest with you, he went ahead and had another tablespoon of that and went another 4 minutes before he drank anything. But by the time he got through, he had to leave because he was about to lose it. And he didn't show up. He didn't actually show up on any shows for almost a week.
Wow.
He said the next day, he was sicker than a dog.
Peter Carroll.
Peter Carroll's in the house, folks.
And I can't.
Rodney, Lloyd, and Matt.
Oh, there we go.
Greetings from down under.
Yeah.
How are you,
Lloyd, have you met Peter before?
Have we met Peter?
I think we have, yeah.
Yeah, I think we have. That's why I was thinking we'd been in a.
Might have been on Claude's live stream.
Yeah, it might have been Claude's.
Yeah.
Or, it's probably Claude's. I was trying to think. It's been a while. And,
okay, guys. Well, you guys talk amongst yourself. I'm going to go make some toast. I think it's time to do this.
Dude, good luck.
Best of luck to you, Rodney. I'm rooting for you. Hey, man, you can do it.
I'll be right back.
All right. I've actually developed a taste for Vegemite. Sometimes I just get a hankering for something just a little salty, and so I'll make toast and put butter on it and spread a little Vegemite, and I like it.
It's not bad, is it? I think I think ages ago I said to you, if you want to you try some sliced cheese or something with it too, Vegemite, toasted Vegemite with maybe even melted under the griller or something like that. Cheese, beautiful.
Yeah, I've been told that by several people. I just haven't done it yet. I forget about it, but yeah.
That's because you can't wait. You just can't wait to get it in your mouth. You can't be bothered toasting that stuff up.
Yeah, well, that does take longer, but no, I'll do that. But some mornings I'll think, now, what do I want? And I thought, I'll have a piece of toast and I'll be walking by. Oh, there's the Vegemite. I'll just put a little bit of that on there,
Hey, can you get that in the States?
This is the size we buy it in Australia. That's only a small jar.
Yeah, and see, that's what really threw me off, because my friend, my mate Grant, he said he couldn't remember the last time he'd bought a jar of Vegemite. He got to adding up. He said he thought it'd been about 15 or 16 years, and he found a jar, and he opened it up, and he said it was still good.
It is, mate. It'll last forever. As I said, Vegemite and cockroaches will survive the Holocaust.
Well, I mean, it's all that's left of. That's why I call it beer poo, because that's what it's made out of, the crap that's at the bottom of a beer barrel. I mean,
that's right.
You had to export something. You couldn't export the beer. There's none left after you guys get through with it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't go past the dock, to be honest.
Exactly. Best party. I've said this to a couple people in the last. I've been up since yesterday morning, but I said this to somebody. I think it was Greg on Oz by Drone. Best time I ever had partying was with a bunch of Royal Australian Air Force pilots. One of the majors, he was a squadron leader. He owed me something because he'd been screwing up, and I was enlisted, and he'd been screwing up, and I saved his bacon on it because he was getting some really bad scores because his bombs weren't going where they were supposed to. So I told him how to fix the problem. And he says, "What do I owe you?" I said, "A party." So him and all the RAAF pilots got together and brought in, and of course, this was in the States, and so they had to go where they could get it. They brought in 2 kegs of Budweiser and 8 cases of Guinness. Anyway, we're a bunch of happy guys. I mean, those guys can party, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't care that we were enlisted. They rolled up their sleeves and just, you know, just had at it like the rest of us. So they're some cool guys. I had a good time with those guys.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to see that they got the warm-up drinks before you actually went out.
Yeah.
Has to go. I've actually got to say good day to someone said Rick Harbour. How are you, mate? No worries. And Thomas O'Sullivan is going to give that cheese a bit of a crack later. That's good. Yeah, you'll like it, mate. It's it puts another spin on it anyway. It's just another. Here comes Rodney.
Okay, guys.
He's still smiling.
Here's what I've done.
Here we
I've
go.
got a piece of plain toast and a piece of toast with butter on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the Vegemite. So here's the deal. I'm gonna let you guys decide which one to do first. And here are the 3 choices. Put some Vegemite on my finger and taste it that way. Put some on the toast, taste it that way, and then plain toast, and then put some on the butter toast and do it that way. Now I'm gonna do all 3, but I'm gonna let you decide which one to do first.
Which one's going to be first? I know what Lloyd will say.
I see that.
Yeah.
So that's one for straight finger test.
Oh,
Also, try the finger test first, then the toast with straight Vegemite, then the toast with butter and Vegemite, because it'll only improve from the beginning.
Yeah. See how bad it is, and then see how good it is in the end.
and then reduce the horror. Yeah.
That's right,
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Geez, I'm going to screenshot this. Hang on.
I'm gonna enlarge the screen, guys.
Okay.
If I remember how to do that. How do I do that?
Goodness me. I can smell it from here, to be honest. Oh.
There. All right.
There we go.
Hang on. Let's do it this way. All right. Here comes.
We say goodbye to your
Hold
family.
it up just a little higher, Rodney, so we can
All
really
right.
see it.
See how much
That's a lump.
in there?
Pretty much a lot there.
Lloyd,
That's a
is
lump.
that satisfactory?
That's satisfactory. About what I did the first time.
Definitely get a reaction with that one.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Here goes.
Good luck. He likes it.
He's
this.
going to do it again.
Hey, look at that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's the kick afterwards that gets you.
It's afterwards, it's like eating a ghost pepper. Take mine first.
sneak
Yeah,
up on
it's yeah. you
Sorry,
that
I'm not doing it.
yeah, that's why that first time I took it, it's like this ain't bad. Then all of a sudden, like, oh my god.
And he didn't think it was. And before the oh my god kicked in, he got another bit in his mouth because he thought it wasn't too bad. And then he just doubled the oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Before I go on, I want to say hi to a few people. Troy Kirchner, good morning. Artco Drone Solution, good morning to you, sir. Cowboy JoJo's Adventures, good morning. Dennis Lovelady, yes, there are tears, buddy. There are tears. All right.
That's the taste that just keeps on giving. That taste will be in your mouth for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Don't kiss
Oh,
anyone.
well, I'm looking forward to that. All right. Here's the plain toast.
You might want to put some garlic in your mouth to make your breath smell better.
Wow. That speaks volumes.
Damn it. Oh dear.
Okay.
Give us a look how thick it is, mate. I'm going to see what you got there. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
That's not
okay.
too bad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an average dose.
It doesn't spread very well, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It might be cool.
Yeah, if it's a little cool, yeah, it will definitely not spread well.
Yeah, you got to leave it in the sun
Well,
for
there
a
it
week.
That's okay. Yep.
Here goes.
Yeah.
Good morning, Brenda Klein. Good morning, Susan Robin. I'm delaying this talking.
I know you are. we figured that much out.
Monica Sullivan, good morning.
You better go mow the lawn, Rodney, before you come back.
Here goes.
See, that's not too bad, is it?
No, toasted tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad like that.
Yeah. Just straight out of the ground, though, it's horrible.
Yeah. I know that now.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
The first one I did, it tasted all right. And then I went ahead and did a second one.
Yeah.
And then the first one started kicking in.
I knew that's what you'd done. And I was just sitting there thinking, yeah. Also, I just saw the look on his face like,
It's coming. It's coming.
Yep. It's like, yeah, there's that look I was looking for.
Look, he's. Yeah.
What's even worse is that stuff is like thick grease, and then he's trying to choke down the dry toast. It'll be better with the butter. It really will.
It is.
I'm loving this, man. Oh,
Is that the defibrillator behind you?
And all this is because I wanted to be like Lloyd.
yeah. Why anybody would want to be like me is beyond me. I'm
Well,
telling
he
you.
just worked that out, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the butter. Hope this helps.
Well, it will help. The butter should help it slide across the toast a little better.
It'll help it slide down your throat.
Yeah, it'll help it slide down your throat.
Oh dear! I can send you some more, mate. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, Brenda says, "Why would anyone want to be Lloyd?" I agree.
I think this will last me for a while. Who said that?
Sure.
Brenda, like Lloyd?
Yeah, Brenda said, "Why would anybody?"
Okay.
Camero Jones says he's hungry now.
Hey, Camero, give me your address and I'll send this to you.
Hey, that'd be really interesting, wouldn't it? The same tube of Vegemite going right around the world and ending up back in my kitchen.
I've actually thought about that.
Wouldn't that be cool? And everyone
Yeah.
has a slice of toast with it.
Right?
Probably still be full as well.
Throw it away. All right, here goes, guys.
There we go. This is the nice one, mate.
Yeah. This is where you'll appreciate it.
Yeah. And if you've got a puncture in your tire, you can just slap it on, leave it there for a day, and it won't leak anymore.
It'll be good. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
That does improve the taste.
It does. It does. And then if you whack some sliced cheese on top of it again, it's a whole nother dining experience.
Oh yeah, like a grilled cheese sandwich with Vegemite on it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So now Rodney's got his favorite food now.
Cowboy JoJo's. He's quoting the Vegemite commercial. Now, guys, I want you to know, I get weekly emails from Vegemite now. they got my email address and started sending me out there. Yeah, I get recipes for Vegemite. I get stuff from them. I know their
you
newest
kidding?
slogan. No, I do. Every week I get something from them.
Do you
I
want to
don't
know
know how
something
I got.
interesting?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they've got some good recipes. I mean, most of the stuff I wouldn't eat anyways because of some of the stuff that's, well, first off, we don't have a lot of mutton here in Oklahoma. So some of the stuff that I couldn't do
Okay.
mutton with, or sheep or whatever.
Well, I tell you, if you get onto YouTube, and if you get onto YouTube, when do we get on YouTube ever?
Really? What's YouTube?
Chris, you just missed it. Chris Hope, or did you see it?
Oh, Chris.
Oh, man.
Have to start all over again now.
You have to do it again, mate. On the finger.
All right, well, here we go. I've gone this far, right?
I want you to lay your head back and just squeeze it in. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at that face.
He looks like he's got benzene in his mouth.
Okay, so that's
Oh, my God.
I'll talk.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a new interrogation technique.
Somebody please waterboard me. Good night.
Pull my fingernails out. Anything.
Anything but don't make me eat the friggin' Vegemite.
Oh my god.
Oh, hey, Rodney, you're putting a sweat ring on your new hat, mate.
Oh. Well, I have to go ahead and keeping the sweat out of my eyes. I got enough water there with the tears. Don't need sweat.
I'll be back in just a second, gents.
All right.
No worries, mate.
Oh,
Oh, that's
in all
funny, mate.
honesty, it did taste pretty good mixed with the butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Ron Lockwood, he mentioned in the chats, he told me, he said, send it to South Dakota. And poor Rodney. Yeah, Cowboy JoJo, I brought this on myself.
You did. You were. Yeah,
I mean,
I got a message here.
After watching all the videos, let me get us back on an equal playing field here. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I just got a message here. One of my mates is watching. I went out flying with him this morning. It was awesome. He got his pro out, and he's got his air and all that sort of biz as well. But he got the pro out for the first time in a long time, and we seem to have sorted the camera out, so it's a nice picture in it now. And yeah, we had some fun today. We thought, hello, Lloyd. Look at that.
Okay.
Have you got some toast?
I don't want Rodney to feel bad. See, mine's been used a little bit, but
have you only had the one tube?
yeah, I don't eat it that much. This is what you guys would call what do you call them? Biscuits? Cookies. Okay. This is a snickerdoodle, which is a cinnamon cookie.
Oh, you're laying it on there, Lloyd. Holy moly.
Oh, boy.
Well, I got to spread it, got my knife.
You know, I've done a lot of tiling in my life, and I haven't used that much glue on a tile.
There we go. Look at that.
There you go. Cinnamon. Wow, dude. That's really going to...
Yes. Yeah, it's cinnamon and sugar.
Have you tried it before?
Mm-mm.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, geez.
No.
Bit mixture. You got savoury and sweet there.
Mm-hmm.
Like sweet and sour pork on a bun.
Pretty much, yeah. It's definitely an interesting combination, that's for sure.
I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, dear.
Oh.
It is different.
That's funny as, man.
Yeah. Well, once you get past the Vegemite and the cinnamon and the cookie, or I think you guys call them biscuits over there. Anyways, once you get past that, it's not. I mean, it kind of all kicks in and savors around, mixes around. It's pretty good.
You know,
Yeah, they've got Vegemite flavoured biscuits here. I've seen in the supermarket those Arnott's shapes.
have
They've
they?
got a Vegemite flavour. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
don't
taste
know if
okay,
I'd
actually,
like
too.
them.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
You got any boxes you can share with us right now? You needed one?
No, I haven't. No.
Everyone's having a feed here. We haven't had anything yet, mate.
Well, you
What's
all,
that?
Troy
Vegemite here, so
Kirshner says, not too much. I'll need an organ transplant. Probably. Yeah.
I know.
I want to say hello to Palladian Scientist UFO Builder. Welcome to the stream in the chat. Brenda Klein, I think I said hi to you earlier. Ronald Lockwood wants me to send it to South Dakota. So I think I may send it to him. Of course, he said he'd send it right back the next week. But I will send it to you, Ron. But you've got to do a live stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to
You
eat
know
it
what?
on the live stream.
I think he should send it up. Send it up to Canada.
In fact,
Someone up there. You're right
The
there,
only
Lloyd.
problem is the cookie's dry.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks a bit chewy, mate.
Okay, now maybe that wasn't the best combination. Cherry Kool-Aid with Vegemite probably isn't my best choice.
Mate, you're mixing that up. You're mixing way too much together there now. You're going to have an explosion there soon, dude.
hey, Ron Lockwood, I just sent you a link. Why don't you, if you can, I know you're probably working. If you can, join the stream.
See you, Arco. He's got to run off.
Taking effect already, Lloyd?
Yeah.
Those damn condensers mics pick everything up, don't they?
I got to tell you, that was a lot of fun.
That reminds me of something that happened today, to be honest. But anyway.
Have you guys, I don't know if any of you guys, how many of you guys watch Mark Rogers or seen his channel? But that latest video he just put up, I about fell out laughing at that. That was because he's talking about a particular incident happened while he was practicing jujitsu in a gym in front of a bunch of gals, and after eating at Taco Bell. And the way he tells, and the way he tells a story. So if you haven't seen it, you've got to, because it's definitely one of those. So, oh, there it goes. Yeah, all right, it's working.
You know what? Farts are still funny, and I'm 50.
Yeah. I'm a lot older than 50, and yes, they are. I mean, I'm the guy sitting here with I've got like 15.
When you get to our age, it's never trust a fart. That's
yeah.
All right.
They're called sharts.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Ron.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron. How you doing?
Hey, Ron. How are you, mate?
How's everybody doing?
Cracking along, mate. We're all surviving at the moment. Rodney's a little bit more awake than anyone else here. Well, actually, Lloyd is too. He's had a crack.
Yeah.
So Ron,
Rodney, I didn't know if you were listening, but when you were getting ready to try that, I sent you a thing in the chat that said the paramedics are standing by.
I didn't see it. I do appreciate that, because you never know. So you want to try this?
I'll give it a shot. I don't have the capabilities or knowledge right now to do a live stream, but what I can do is come on yours. I will take one for the team, and
Go for it, mate.
That will work next
and then
Saturday.
I got
Well, I'll mail it. I'll get it out to you in the mail today or tomorrow,
okay.
Monday.
All right.
And when you get it, let me know. If you get it before next Saturday, then we'll do it next Saturday. If not, the Saturday after that.
Okay. All right.
That'll
And
work.
then-
Mate.
That'll work. Yeah.
I want
Got
to see
something
that.
for you. You picked up when I get home on Wednesday. I'll get something sent out to you like Thursday or so of next week. So,
I appreciate that, Ron. You don't have to, brother, but and I know you know that, but I do appreciate it.
little souvenir from South Dakota.
Well, Lloyd's still eating the Vegemite.
Look at that.
Lloyd go, man.
Savor the flavor, mate.
You know, it's I don't want my fingers being on it, but you know,
You look like you're a veteran now. You're loving it.
Has it changed colour, mate? It's the same, yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten used to it because I've tried it with that was a new one today was the with that cookie, but yeah.
I was kind of hoping it was a new one, to be honest. That was
Yeah, I never it was,
not a regular.
yeah. No, I don't eat Vegemite cookies every day. No, that's not one of my things. But
Look, Rodney's still going. You're going to be licking that out of your beard for the next week, mate.
you know what?
it does. It
spread some around my beard, so when I'm at work,
I'm not even allowed to open this anywhere close to that end of the house because Judy can smell this stuff from half the house away, and it just makes her nauseated. She says, "You got that crap out again?" She's gonna know because she's gonna smell it on me. You've been eating Vegemite again, haven't you? So, yeah, well, okay, yes, dear.
So, Lloyd, your wife don't want to try it?
She said if I ever got near her, she'd kill me because she smelled it the first time and she got nauseated. The day that I brought it in, I said, "Oh, look at this stuff." And she goes, "Oh my God," because it does have a unique smell.
Yeah.
It's sort of like
Manure
rancid,
does too.
Yeah, sort of like rancid beer farts.
Fill it the night after with pepperoni and beer. You know?
I mean, it's like I said, it's made out of the scum off the bottom of a beer barrel. What do you expect?
Yeah. Who would have thought of that? You know, let's make something out of this. What can we make? You know? Who would have thought of that?
That's what I've heard. That you're not the first Australian I've actually heard ask that question. I think about 3 of them. Like, okay, who's the bloke that thought this up? You know?
Yeah, I tell you what, I reckon it was in a vat, and someone was up the top, and they held all these herbs and stuff up the top, and someone tripped over, and they all fell in there, and then someone fell in too, and he came up going, "Wow, it doesn't taste too bad." Yeah.
A little salt, and we're good to go. Yeah. Because that stuff is salty.
It is.
I'll say that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt,
yeah.
is this something that I'm just curious? It's something that's really enjoyed by people in Australia and that?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, well, Pete's got his jar up there. He was just
There you go.
yeah.
Oh, you buy a jar? Holy cow!
Yeah, don't muck around, mate.
And that's only a sort of small to medium one. You can get them in a lot bigger than that too. So
Yeah, you get the big buggers.
yeah, no, sort of a part of our staple diet here, I think, for breakfast.
Yeah. Greg,
Oh,
I don't know how many times I've talked to him at breakfast time and he's sitting there eating a piece of toast and Vegemite, you know?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Rodney, you're in the club now.
Yes.
Actually, if you just look at Rodney's face, everyone look at Rodney's face. It's just returned to normal. So.
Yes.
See, look, it's normal.
The color's coming back.
See, now the song in the Vegemite thing said it gives us rosy cheeks, and
Yes.
look what it's done.
Yeah, he's got rosy cheeks, all right.
It's about the only thing that's ever advertised that's actually true. That's
Yeah. But it's good for you. I mean, it's got B vitamins for vitality. Let me tell you, that vitality, that's a damn lie, because I have not been vital for years, and that shit ain't helping. I mean, that stuff's not helping. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, Rodney.
It's not one of your live streams, Lloyd. Shh.
Yeah, I know it's not my live stream.
I read what it says on the jar here, if you like. It says, got B1, essential for brain function. B2, supports your nervous system. B3, essential for energy release. And folate, helps fight fatigue. So it can only be good for you.
What about that other bit down the bottom that says not suitable for human consumption?
That's actually the fine print. There's something that I can't read that fine print on my
I
tube.
can't read fine print either. So
Yeah, I mean, I've got my magnifying glass. I can't read that fine print.
Yeah,
But it does have the link to www.vegemite.com/recipes. There you go.
Oh, well, I'll tell you something. If you go onto YouTube, I was going to say earlier, and Google and search up Vegemite paintings, there's a dude in Australia who makes these paintings from Vegemite and toothpaste, and they are stunning, absolutely stunning. He uses a spatula and all that sort of stuff, and he does these absolutely beautiful landscapes, and they're all with Vegemite. Unreal.
Well, and toothpaste, I mean, it can't be totally bad for you, you know. So if he ends up becoming a starving artist, he's got something to eat and he can keep his teeth clean. So there you go.
That's right.
I don't know that that's going to keep your teeth clean.
Yeah, but he uses. Well, Matt said he used his toothpaste too, so you know he's got both of them. You know, he can sit there and brush his teeth after he's finished eating the painting.
That's it. Well, if you use enough Vegemite, it'll put a coating over your teeth. You won't look real flash, but it'll protect them from all the other environmental problems.
It puts a coating over your teeth, all right? And
Yeah.
it's like it stays with you for hours.
Yeah.
Really?
So, Ron, are you looking forward to this?
Guys are scaring the crap out of me.
You volunteered, bud. There's 3 witnesses besides me.
Well, Rodney, you're still sitting upright, so I'm like, if you can do it, I can do it, brother.
Yeah,
What
you
was-
ain't seen the lower half of my body. It's all falling down.
Mel tried it at my house, and I got it on camera. And Brian was with him. They were getting ready to go spin up last year. And-
Saw that.
Yeah, and I, here. The Mel, he was like, "Oh, that's not too bad," and he stuck it in his mouth. But Brian, I thought he was going to he says, this cannot be fit for legal consumption. I mean, it can't be fit for human consumption. Is it illegal to sell this here?
Yeah, that's right. He was off,
Your
mate.
own house is
He
in
was
the house.
off.
Hey, good morning,
Michael.
guys. Good morning.
Did
I
you-
had
did
to
you
go. I had to
take
come in because, I had to come in because when I took a load at this panel, all you old bastards, I said, we gotta get some young people. They're talking about farting and pooping. Come on, guys.
And
That's what you really well.
Vegemite.
My only hope was Peter Carroll. I thought he was a young guy. And then I look at him like, what the hell, man? He's 110. Oh, you guys.
Yeah, now, I don't think Peter's the oldest one here.
Kicking off there.
No, Matt's young. Matt's young, I think, right? And Ron, I'm not sure.
I just turned 50. So
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I'm an old bastard. Oh,
That's right.
Yeah, that's a pot calling kettle black. Yeah, Matt, I've got a son that this month turns 51.
oh, you're kidding me.
No,
What?
we just had I didn't have it, but we just had my 20th grandchild.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And we've got 11 great grandchildren.
Hey,
We actually have great grandchildren that's older than part of our greats that are older than part of our regular grands. I've lost track. It's
Man.
too damn many of them.
51. That would have meant, well, I didn't know you could have kids when you were 10.
When all my friends were looking at Playboys, I was finding out what it was all about.
That's right. You go,
See,
"No,
I've
that's
been
not
eating
how it goes."
Vegemite a lot longer than you guys know. See, that's why I'm so well preserved. It's like
Yeah.
embalming fluid.
Secret, huh? Ron, make sure you
Yeah.
back to me. I want to increase my life.
Oh, I have a funny
That is
feeling
the
I'll send it
elixir.
right
That is
back
the
to you.
elixir of life.
I think that's
Michael, have you had any of it yet?
I've never had Vegemite. I'm going to have to rewind and catch Rodney. I missed it, man. So I've
It
never
was-
had it. But guys,
Well, I'll
don't
tell
bother
you.
sending it to me because I may like it. You may.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, and I would really like to see that tube travel the states up into Canada and whatever. So
Okay.
you send it to other pilots or whoever all
Yeah.
over the place, and that tube does the rounds of everywhere. And
Okay.
even when it's empty, send it back to me.
Here's what we'll do. Ron, when I mail it to you, I'll put a note in it with Michael's address.
Okay.
All right with Michael.
I'm fine. I'm good with
And
that.
then
Yes, sir.
after you do your taste test, then you can send it to Michael. Michael,
Yes,
when
sir.
you get it, you got to do your taste test, but you got to do it on my stream here. Okay.
Not a problem.
All right. And then once you've done your taste test, then you can send it. So maybe, send it to Drone Bum.
Okay.
Yeah. Send it to Paul.
Yeah, he'll enjoy that.
He's
Yeah.
deserving of it. He's deserving of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, how are we supposed to eat it? Now we just suck it out of the tube or what?
Oh no. Yeah.
You got to do the finger test first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the finger
finger
test is
test.
you can do. I think the way Rodney did it, but depending if the tube's starting to get low, and just so you know, see, look at that. That's after it's been sitting on the. Yeah,
That's grease.
yeah. Well, look, see this. Look there.
Oh, is it supposed to run like that? Is it supposed
Oh,
to?
no, it's not running. It's stuck there. That's
It looks-
the way it's squirted out. It's stuck there solid. It ain't going anywhere.
It looks like they've just pricked his finger to do a bloody diabetes test.
Bad, man.
Lloyd don't have any taste buds left.
I don't.
That's why he can eat it that way.
Yeah, my taste buds has been gone for a long time.
So
Okay.
is it good for you? Is it got high protein or is it just nothing? It's a bottle of nothing that just tastes bad. Is it got any kind of nutritional
B
value?
vitamins.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's got vitamins in it.
vitamins. Okay, vitamins. I'll take vitamins. I'll take whatever I can
Yeah.
get, I guess.
what I said before. It's got vitamin B1, B2, B3, and folate. So it's good for you.
So
I can't do without my daily folate. I can tell you that.
Right.
going forward from this day, my live stream is going to be Vegemite taste test with Rodney.
Yeah, it's made out of yeast extract, and it comes from hops and barley, and mineral salt, and it's got two types of salt. I mean, they really put the salt in here. Yeah.
Oh, you double that. Yeah. One lot's
Yeah.
not enough. You got to double that.
Well,
Boy, I've got glasses on and I can't read that. How you read it?
if I
he's
put my
eating more
glasses on, I
Vegemite than
probably
you.
couldn't read it. So I just have to get it that right.
Once you start eating more Vegemite, mate, you'll be able to see without your
Yeah,
glasses.
you'd be
Don't
able to
worry
see
about
anything. Yeah. Actually, I could probably read it if I clean my glasses.
that. Fine print.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking here through the chats. Let's see. Troy Kirchner said we can send it to Germany. I take it that's where you're at, Troy? Is in Germany?
Dennis Lovelady. Rick Halber says, Rick Halber, there's another one we can send it to. Rick Halber.
Like
There you go.
to see him. Yeah, he deserves it. He's deserving of it. Absolutely.
Yeah. When I win the presidency, see, Rick is running my campaign out on the West Coast. So he will be, I've already nominated him to be my Secretary of Business Symmetry. Secretary of BS.
BS.
Good morning, Mitch. How you doing? Old guy to drones in the house.
There we go. Oh, Mitch. Yeah. Hey.
Mitch is another one. We can send it to him too.
Yeah, there we go. That's for Mitch.
Oh, Lloyd. Oh, dear. Oh.
Why are farts funny?
They're still funny.
My whole life.
Are.
What? You don't even. I mean, just they're funny, right? What
They
is
are.
it? The sound? With the
I still go
smell?
like this. I still go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so funny.
Why do grown men laughing hard?
Yeah, and it's a guy thing, I think too. It's just
Yeah, it is a guy thing because
I-
women are like,
you know,
yeah,
my
like,
wife.
disgusting.
I
Guys
had
are
that
proud of
problem
anything that
last
comes out of
night,
them.
and we got this 150-pound Great Pyrenees, and he's up on the foot of the bed. And unfortunately, that sound came out from under the covers. He jumped about a foot in the air and starts looking around. He was going to attack something. He looks over at my wife. She says, "He did it."
That's cool.
He just kind of looks back at me like, "Really? Tell me dogs aren't smart."
So
Hey, Rob.
Troy Kirchner said, yes, he's an Australian and been in Germany for 3 years. So
Okay.
I would
Oh, he's
assume
been in Germany.
so.
That's nice over there.
He's got friends. He might have some German friends that he could pass around to. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Ooh. Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Rodney, I gotta run. Gotta go get ready for work and go fly the friendly skies.
Well, you be
hey,
safe
Michael,
out there.
Yeah, be safe.
Hey, Ron.
yeah, but I
Yes,
know
sir. Be
really
careful.
videos.
And
I miss
Ron,
it.
I'll get this in the mail to you on Monday.
Okay, and I'll be home Wednesday, and so next Saturday morning. Yeah,
Okay.
I did it in front of you witnesses, man.
You're stuck with it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll even get up early to watch that if it's next Saturday. You know,
Nice to meet you, Ron.
Michael's in the hook now too.
things. I'm starting to see
Yeah.
things floating in front of my eyes now. Must be the Vegemite.
Matt, it was nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys have a great day. Be safe now.
God
You
bless
too,
you.
Ron. Be
All right,
safe.
care, Ron.
take care, Ron.
See ya.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See you, mate.
So Lloyd, you got to tell me what's up with these virtual desks. Everywhere I go, somebody's in a different freaking desk. You're looking all behind these beautiful things, and here I am just sitting in a crappy old living room. I'd love to dress my stuff up, but you need OBS, you need all that stuff, don't you, to do that?
Yeah, you do with
Yeah.
OBS and Streamlabs OBS. You just got to be able to do something to do with green screen behind you and probably
Everybody's
OBS. But you don't have to go to the extent a lot of these guys do on OBS. You know, there's some
it's too
basic
busy.
sets. Do what?
What's happening is it's getting too busy, and some people are putting so many moving things, and it's like, where the hell's the guy at? I'm looking.
Well, and
oh,
this
here he is in
is
the middle.
well, and I've discussed this on my show, and this is on several of my vlogs. You know, it's really well, he's still wiping his eyes over that Vegemite.
No, I'm blowing my nose.
Yeah, it eventually clears the sinuses. Yeah.
I'm not going to do it where you guys can sit or hear it. You know what? Tell what you got.
So I'm sorry. That was Ronald. That was Ronald Lockwood.
That was Ronald Lockwood.
Okay, how about that? I didn't know his
Yeah.
last name. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and Michael, like Palladian says, OBS is free. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah. I if you notice that my set that I'm using here, of course, I'm actually using the vMix setup.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I have started. I got this stuff made for me that and it. I was like you. It's like, man, that's just more than I can handle because, I'm like you. I want to see the person. I don't want to see all the. As I said in several of my videos, I don't want to see all the gewgaws. I'm in here to, Now with me, I understand a lot of people. It's just soon I covered up, but. But no, but with OBS, there's so many simple sets and it's free. It's easy. You get you some, well, I'm pointing and
Well, I think what it is, Lloyd, is you did touch on it. The show should be the person. You know what I mean? That's what should be the attraction, the person, and they're the show, not the surrounding, not all the crap going on behind the person. Oh, look at that. That's cool.
That's the
Okay.
green curtain. That's the green behind me, and I'll even switch
Hey,
over to
you actually have something green behind you in your room?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's an actual. It's set up on two rods like you would your lighting stands.
Gotcha.
Two rods that go up high and a cross piece, and I've just got it draped over the top of that and clamped in. And you notice people are always saying, "Oh, you got to get the wrinkles out." No, you don't. If you have the proper lighting, and I've got a light on this side of me that's shining through. Both of these lights are shining through a light diffuser umbrella, and then this one in front of me is just a clamp light. Wow. My son had a umbrella that had the black umbrella with the reflector, so I stuck it on a tripod back here, clamped the light on it, clamped it all down, and have it, and that's what comes back in my face. But I can go.
I was going to say, I've noticed that, in the beginning, I was like, oh man, that's a bunch of crap. And then I kept an open mind to it. And I started to realize, oh, listen, there I go. Oh, hearing me once is enough. Trust me, to hear me twice. But it's a hobby is what it is. Because once you start getting into the broadcasting side of things, there's so much. It's a whole nother hobby. It's literally like you're putting up a whole nother hobby.
It's like,
hey guys, I want to say good morning to Drone Shots. He just popped up in the chat.
Hey, Jody.
Glad you made it, brother.
Good morning, Drone Shots. So, go ahead, Lloyd. I remember I was one of the first guys on the scene when you were just coming into this, you and Mel.
Yeah.
And so I watched you learn. I watched you, and now look at you. You're like a pro on it. I mean, you're doing crap on it I can't even imagine myself doing. So,
radio voice he's got. So,
I am fortunate in the fact that I'm retired and I've got the time and I'm interested, and I ask questions of other people. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. There's good stuff out there if you watch.
YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. You might check out YouTube because they tell you a lot of stuff. And
some of it's true, some of it's not.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, and I've got my camera right here, and I keep my chat. I drag it because I have two monitors here, so I drag the chat over here, which I don't have popped up. So it's right there. So now I can look at the chat, and it sort of looks like I'm. But you notice I'm glancing down is because I've got you guys down at the other monitor. So when I'm looking at you guys, I'm not looking at the camera. So, I still got some rearranging to do because this monitor is where I have my studio set up, the virtual studio.
Gotcha.
Because to be honest, when you look down, Lloyd, it just looks like you're disinterested, mate. Yeah, so you've got to get up and see the camera.
Well, I usually am disinterested, that's the point, I mean, really. At this point, I'm just slap happy because I haven't slept since yesterday and I really need to go because I got to go to bed.
Hey, Lloyd, before you go, man, I do appreciate you coming on. I know I was sitting here thinking just a couple of seconds ago that you must be dead tired if you've been up all night.
Wow.
It's just Judy and I, neither one slept last night, and she was having a little bit of breathing problems, so she took a breathing treatment, which wired her for sound. And so I was up and down with her, and I just, I got to watching other stuff. Troy wants to know what camera I'm using. I'm using the Logitech Brio, the 4K. And let me tell you about that camera. We talk about how I was just started. I mean, it was like I just started live streaming last year. And I get a package from UPS. And was it from UPS? I can't remember, but I think it was sent through Amazon, but there was no notice on it, no anything. And this camera is about the best camera that Logitech puts out as far as a video camera. Nobody ever said who sent it to me. I still to this day don't know. Rodney, you're playing. You are stroking that koala just too much. That's just not right.
Shouldn't be abusing one of our
See,
original treasures.
that koala loves the taste of Vegemite, so look out, mate. On you before
Yeah.
you know it.
Yeah, don't be.
Climbing your legs. There you go. That's the go, mate.
There you go, Michael. I've got a Rodney Bell cup that doesn't work.
I was going to say, is yours leaking? Because mine's is leaking everywhere.
Oh,
Dude, I got to make sure I have a dark shirt on so none of the coffee stains show up. It's
No.
like a whole process when I put things in here.
It would help if you wouldn't drill holes in it.
Just saying, right?
Yeah, mine's empty all the time too.
Yours is empty, yeah.
Well,
See,
like
they
I
just like up.
said on the sunrise stream this morning, I said mine leaks, but it leaks where it's supposed to leak, and leaks right into my mouth. So
Yeah.
you must be holding your cup wrong.
Yeah. Hey, just so that everybody knows, I'm only kidding, guys. You can purchase a Rodney Bell cup. It really doesn't leak. I'm just breaking them for him.
Yeah, mine doesn't. Well, like I said, it's always empty, but it's usually.
The reason I said that is you know how like when I'm flying and I joke around, all right, guys, we're going to 40,000 feet now. And well, I actually had a guy email me and ask me how I got my drone to go that high. He was dead serious. He wanted to know what drone I'm flying and how I got it to go that high. He's struggling to get connection when he's up around 1,000. And I was like, oh shit. Hey buddy, just so you know, you're only allowed to go to 400 feet.
Yeah.
And I had to let him know I'm a bit of a joker. I'm not up that high.
It's called satire.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Some people believe.
Oh.
God, if people believe the crap I say, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah. I tell you what, I bought a drone. I bought a drone secondhand a few weeks ago or whatever it was, and I got it in and I took it for a flight and had a bit of a look around, and then I'm just punching it up a bit and I'm looking at the settings and all that. And well, he set it to 400, but he's actually set it to 400 meters.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
my gosh. Oh.
Yeah.
It'd be up at 400 going, yeah, I'm legal.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah. 400. Yeah. Feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Feet.
we're in feet and inches here in the U.S.
Yeah.
At least on my side in Philly, we are anyway.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I seen. Oh, you are? Okay, yeah. So, no, it said it's all about, all my app is set up in meters anyway. So, obviously, I can change that if I want to, but, no, that's, I thought you mong.
We are the, one of the few countries in the world that still use, the old English system, you know.
Are we really the last people to use feet and inches?
There's one other country.
Zimbabwe.
England still uses it, I think. I'm pretty sure England still does. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, England, the UK.
Yeah.
Well, they do. They still use pints and stuff, but they're a different measurement.
There's
But
miles per hour and for speed and that sort of stuff too.
yeah.
Right.
But a lot of the Aussies though still use the like they still because you guys didn't convert. It's been a while. You guys have been converted for quite a while, so
Back in the,
I think the
60s, early 70s, yeah.
Yeah, 60s.
Yeah.
Or something.
60s. Yeah.
Oh, geez, I wasn't born then. Oh, what?
So
Tell you. I am getting old. When I get on panels and I'm trying to bust on the old guys, and I'm like right in the midst of them. I'm not the youngest guy anymore. That really sucks, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
dude, no, I think that's a great thing, eh?
Yeah. You.
It makes Matt feel younger.
Yeah.
I know, Lloyd, you're what, in your 70s, low 70s?
right in my actually in my 60s, just at the very
Okay.
very
Sorry, I
way
didn't mean to make you older than you are.
Oh no, well, I mean,
Yes. Same as Blue Lloyd, then I think.
I'm
Yeah.
close enough to 70. I could say that. And I'm closer to that than I am to closer to 70 than I am to 60.
Well,
Yeah.
well, now hold on, guys. See, now I'm by age. Yes, sir. By age, I'm 53. But they do say that when you pick up drugs, you stop growing emotionally. So I picked up at 15, and if you deduct the years,
I would pretty much agree with that on your case, anyway. Yeah.
Hey, so if you take like 22 years of sobriety minus 53, that's 53, it's 43, it's 32. I'm right about 30 years old.
Brenda says mentally she's 16, and there again, I'm not going to argue that point. You never argue with a lady,
Oh,
okay?
Brenda
You know?
says that. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm with you, Brenda. Nothing wrong with that.
What's Rodney? All right. Well, and Peter, you're probably the same way. When you sit down and you start just looking at something around, you think, do you still just kind of look out around the world and see it basically like it was when you were 22, 23? You know,
Anything like it.
inside here, everything to me is the same as it was when I was in my 20s. But then I get up and look in the mirror. If I can even get up out of the chair. And I look in the mirror, I think, who is that wrinkled old fart staring back at me?
Well, here's what I think, Lloyd. When I look at guys like you, I think,
Right.
man, I am so glad I'm not only 25.
Yeah. Because I'll see somebody and I'll look at them and think, God, they are old looking. And then I get to talking with them and find out they're in their 50s. I'm going, oh my God, I hope I don't look that bad. Like, geez, do I really look that bad? It's like, oh my God, yeah, I do. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, mirrors are a terrible thing.
Yeah.
It's funny when I was in my 20s, I remember looking at new ensigns just reporting to the ship I was on. I mean, these guys look so young. I mean, they still look like teenagers. And I'm thinking, and I'm only 23.
Right.
I'm thinking, man, I am old. I'm only 23, but in my head, I'm thinking, man, look at this kid. He's an ensign,
Mm.
Have to teach him everything he knows,
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
went on
do.
a holiday. Oh, sorry. I went on a holiday once to Bali. I was 25, and me and my mate got there, and we thought, yeah, this will be awesome. And we were dealing with 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds, and I'll just go. And we were sitting there thinking that we were the old creepy dudes sitting in the corner at 25.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. We felt too old to be there.
Yeah.
Here's the nice thing about getting some of our age, not counting Michael or you, but when you get to our age, and you start looking at the young girls, they just ignore you because they think, well, there's another dirty old man. So
Yeah.
you can get by with it. You can look at them like, it's just why do you think the smoke shop girls are always saying hi to me? Because they know I'm pretty well harmless.
Right.
Yeah, just another harmless old fart. Well, yes, dear. Yeah, okay, sweetie. You're all right. Yeah, I like to do.
Yes. Well, they don't know how many B vitamins you've been eating. So look out.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. You're just thinking that doddering old fool. Guys, I've got to get out of here. I've got to go to sleep, man. I'm going to at least catch a couple hours sleep before I have to get up and start my day again.
Good on you, Lloyd.
I
right.
do appreciate you coming by, brother. I really do.
I had an idea you were going to eat Vegemite, so I told Judy, I said I got to go in there because I think Rodney's going to eat some Vegemite.
Yep.
So
And then you
yes.
weren't wrong.
And thanks, Rick. Don't forget to vote for me for president in 2020. I'm running on the Indim Republican ticket.
I'll do a
So-
postal vote for you.
Yeah, we're and we don't stand for anything, and we don't stand for nothing. So
Mike,
I dislike everybody equally. So there's none of this. I don't want to hear that I'm playing favoritism, because the only people I'll play favorite to is the ones who have lots of money and will pay me. But I'm honest. I am an honest politician. I will take a bribe.
Yeah.
Lloyd, you have a good day. Have a good sleep, brother.
All right, mate. You take care. All right,
All right, man.
Rodney,
Bye.
thanks a lot for having me on here.
You're
Guys,
welcome.
we'll
Catch
see
you later
y'all.
there, Lloyd.
Bye.
Lloyd,
Yeah,
I haven't seen
I
him
love
for
him.
ages. Good on him.
He is a character.
Uh,
Between him and Michael,
Oh, forget it.
Hmm.
Hey, speaking of, I gotta go too, because I got a cable guy coming to see if they could fix my cable and find out why my connections are dropping. And it's the weirdest thing, man. It's all of a sudden the new cable that costs more money is worse than the old cheap cable. So they need to find out what the hell's going on, especially the price that they charge us here in Philadelphia. What highway robbery, man. And so he's going to go check all our lines, and then he may have to go out on the pole outside to make sure everything's doing something, because it's just I'm dropping connections, just everything's fine, and then burp, just goes.
I think that's where your drone hit, wasn't it? One of those wires?
Yeah. Look, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, dude. I had perfect connection, and then I get down close to a building, and I am streaming off my home internet. I'm right out 20 feet from the box, and
Wow.
as soon as I get closer to the box, I lose connection. So something's going on that they need to see if they could fix. But it is tough, guys. With all that being said, in Philly, there's so many different signals and so much Wi-Fi and all kinds of crap being shot out. So I'm amazed that I can even do what I do. So so I guess you got to count your blessings.
Yeah, that's for sure, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, just do something. Yeah, it's weird, They're really getting into. We're getting this. I don't know if you've got this 5G network.
It's supposed to be coming. Yes.
Oh man, that's horrendous. The amount of stuff that's going to be flying through these airs. No wonder people get crook.
Yeah, and that may, and it's funny you mentioned that, because that may be what is going on. I think they're actually starting to put them all the boxes on the poles, so they're messing around with the 4 LTE stuff, putting in the 5G, and that's why I think our signals are getting all screwed up.
I wouldn't doubt that, mate, because that 5G, I'll tell you now, it'll probably jam a lot of stuff.
Oh my God, it's destroying. Now it's great if I can get on the system, then it'd be great. But from what I understand, I talked to a technician, and they said that it's just download speed. The upload speed is exactly the same. So and we'll never get more. Like what I get is about 11 to 12 on a good day, 12 upload. And they said no matter what plan I buy, I can spend all the money in the world with their top plan, even on 5G, and my download will get quicker. I can get 1 gig down, 2 gig down with 5G, but I'm not going to get any more upload. My upload will be 11 to 12 tops, and that's
Which
what
is
we need when we
useless.
stream. We need the upload.
hey
So-
guys, welcome Art Carlson on on the.
Good morning, Michael. Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
Matt,
Art,
Peter,
how
and
are ya?
Rodney.
Hiya.
Thanks for having me on. All right. Well, it's
Have we got
a nice morning here in Colorado. It's sunny. Sorry I didn't get up for the Sunday morning drone fest.
You slacker.
I was up late last night and long week at work, so just hanging in. Got a bunch of stuff to do today. Got
Oh,
laundry
Matt
and
dropped out. Did Matt say he was leaving?
Yeah,
No,
I'm going too, guys. I got a cable guy going. Thank you,
All
Rodney.
right, Michael. Thanks for
See
coming
you,
in.
Art.
Michael.
The show's all yours now, Art. And Peter, very, very nice to see you again, sir.
Yeah, Michael.
Thank you, sir.
See you here.
How do I leave here now, guy?
Yeah, you hit the red button.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Matt was having trouble hearing Art. I think so. I think he's got dropped out.
Okay. Yeah, he had
Okay.
trouble earlier with Lloyd, and he
Yeah.
had to go off and come back on.
Right.
So, Art, did you see the Vegemite taste test I did?
Yes, I did. I did. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that we're going to add you to the list.
Oh, okay.
And here's the rules.
Uh-huh.
You need. I already have your address, so
Awesome.
I'll make sure that the last person that does the taste test on my and you have to do it on my live stream
Okay.
in front of everybody.
Practicing for my face.
Witnesses. Let me get the third witness in here.
Okay.
All right. So there's me, Pete, and Art or Matt. We're the witnesses. So then you got to do the taste test.
Okay.
And 21 in the chat too. Don't forget them. So
Oh,
Awesome.
Everyone in the chat saw it too. Let's
Go for it.
drone shots. The Grumpy Vlogger, Artco Drone. So man, is that guy here? Brenda Clark. I'm just joking with you, Art. Hunting and stuff with JK. Good morning, brother. Glad you could make the stream. Tommaso Sullivan, Rick Halber. He's another one that's going to.
Cool.
Oh, Rick, get into it, mate.
I don't think he does. I don't think he knows it yet, but he's definitely. And then possibly Mitch and Whiz Bang and
Whiz bang. Oh yeah, yep. Actually, there's quite a few here. I might have to send another tube over to you because we're going to run out. I have to make a bigger tube.
If we're going to try and get it around the world, we just might. Because I mean,
There you go. Cool. Now, if I may, I know Rodney has seen my latest video. Have you guys seen my latest video where I donated blood wearing the Rodney Bell t-shirt and the 400 AGL hat?
Ah, no.
Yeah, I even brought my Ken Heron doll.
hey, Art, I'm sorry I didn't include him in my comment, but
And you know what? The company that I work for gave everybody one of these. And a week ago, I don't know what I was doing. I was at work and I saw this and I go, hey, that kind of looks like Ken with his younger days.
Ken was young.
Yeah. And, I knew I was going to be giving blood pretty soon. And this is just the right size for, how they make you squeeze a ball when they're draining you of some blood. And I thought, hey, I'll do that. And
Hey,
I
guys.
made a neat little video there. And it's doing pretty well. It's up to 50-something views right now.
I'm going to be right back, guys. I got to go get rid of some coffee.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm stuck with these Aussies. Is that where you're from, Matt? You're from?
Yeah, mate.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I've seen you on Oz by Drone. I was probably a couple of months now. You're on there.
Right. Yeah, I was on last week.
Oh, I didn't see last week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. No, as I said, the last time that I saw you was a couple of months ago.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I went on the channel.
I was the co-host last week.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep.
I usually do catch up with that. I'll do on the replay.
Right.
See if I can't see it. I was working and what have you. I didn't even make this show, to be honest. But yeah, I'm working too much lately. Anyway, I generally catch up. So I'll check that out. It's good.
Cool.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. We're all out
Yeah.
flying again. We were out today, actually. We were out with the Mavics, which
Cool.
was really good. I had a lot of problem with the Mavic with the camera, and
Oh, yeah.
I've really stuffed around with it now, and I've watched a lot of YouTube vids and what have you, and I found out that it was actually the contrast setting that I didn't have correct, because all my footage was just looked cloudy, you know, and I'd have to put it into post and really rummage around with it to try and get this thing to look any good.
Right.
So now, standard from the camera, there you go. It's beautiful.
Mhm. I've got a Mavic Air, and you know, since I'm here in Denver, we're a lot closer to the sun, so we get a lot of. It's very sunny here, so I have to throw on an ND32 filter on there,
Wow.
and that works out just perfect. Where I don't have to mess around with anything in editing, just
Nice.
cut it up and put it together.
Yeah. My mate's got an Air. The only problem with the Air is his connectivity. It's all over the place. It's not very reliable.
Right.
And he actually came out today and he was flying the Air, and he brought his Pro with him as well. And he's
I see Daddy the 13 is leaving. If you're still here, Daddy the 13, have a great day. Appreciate you stopping in.
Yeah, but the footage from the Air, I've always liked the Air's camera because of the robustness of it as well. Very similar to my Sparks, you know. You could throw it against the wall and the gimbal would be fine.
Right.
You know, so that's what I liked about the Air. And I was tossing up whether to get an Air or a Pro. I ended up with getting the Pro, but you got to be, you know, treat it pretty gently when it comes to the gimbal. But the footage is great. The Air, I thought, could have been a little saturated, but in saying that, it's a pretty stunning image from those for their price range. You know, I mean, even the Pro isn't an expensive drone. It is to a degree, I guess, but it's not, you know, top of the end stuff.
Right.
And the footage that you get from these little things there is, you know, it's amazing. It really is good. Even my Spark, you know, I'm amazed at some of the stuff I can get with that.
Right.
So, you know, mucking around, a lot of messing around, but in the end, we get there and we get some nice stuff to share with the world.
That's right.
So Matt, what part of Auslan are you from?
Brisbane.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you, Peter?
I'm from Melbourne, which is down on the sort of southeast sort of corner of Australia. Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of immediately above Tasmania. Yeah.
And that's immediately above the South Pole. Get it right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I have some friends near Adelaide at Port Augusta.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding? I lived in Port Augusta.
Matt,
oh wow!
I've been there. Wouldn't want to live there, but I've been through it.
I lived there for 3 years. I was in the railways there.
My girlfriend's sister lives in Tasmania.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How did you catch up with someone near Port Augusta?
Well, I almost married this gal's sister.
Hey, Koopy, look at the koala. Sorry.
Hey, I got my $10.
Hey, Art, did you catch the first part of the stream?
Let's see. I was on about an hour ago. Is when I got in.
So you missed me at the beginning. I did a mail call unboxing.
Oh, an unboxing of the koala.
Well, Matt sent me the hat. Matt North there. He sent me the hat, the koala, a miniature koala keychain.
Oh, cute.
And
that hat is hot. It's lit, man.
Magnet. So yeah, now I've got 2 hats to wear. Oh.
Don't let Thomas know you've lost it. Oh, here we go.
All right.
Okay. That one's cool too. I've got a 400 AGL hat and a Bill the Drone Reviewer hat.
Okay.
So yeah, and actually I might start having hats made too.
Cool.
If you're nice, I may give you one.
Awesome.
Art, did you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
I was thinking
You got to be nice. I know you. You're lucky you even got a shirt and a cup.
oh, love the cup. Made some iced coffee last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Does it leak? You know, Michael says all my cups leak.
Well, if you knock them over, yeah, they'll leak. Yeah.
I'm not having any troubles with mine, mate. So
Yeah.
it's all good here, eh?
Yeah. Well, you mean Michael from Philly Drone Life?
Yeah, Philly Drone Life. Yeah,
That's Michael.
we got this standing
He's
joke.
an oddball.
I bust on his shirt and the hat he sent me. I got this hat. This is a Philly Drone Life hat.
Uh-huh.
And I got a Philly Drone Life t-shirt. And he started making fun of my shirt and my cups because he got, now he's got his own merch, right?
Oh, yeah. And he's like over 1,000 subs. Oh, I'm Mr. Big now. Look at that dynamic range.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. Above and Beyond Drones, as it said, could not get the matrix to go live via the RMTP. I wonder why.
The Matrice, it might.
Yeah, that's Jim Boyd. He's
right.
A Matrice.
Right. Yeah, he's the guy with many drones, Eric.
So I'm just reading the chat here. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Sorry about that. I get distracted between the two. But anyway, yeah, Michael and I have been going back and forth about our merchandise. So I remember someone in the chat saying, "Man, and he was talking to me. He goes, you're being very critical of his shirt and hat, and so Michael and I both had to tell him we were just joking with each other. But anyway, Jim Boyd, I sent you a link if you want to join the panel. I'm going to be on for about another 30 minutes or so. So.
I might have to bail because I've got to get up early tomorrow because I'm going.
Well, that's right. It's late evening for you guys there.
Yeah. Hey, 20 past, and I'm out flying again tomorrow. I want to get that sun when it comes up.
So what time is it there in Ozland?
It's 11:15 here.
Okay.
11.
And
what are you in Melbourne there, Pete?
Yeah, same here. 11:23 p.m. here in Melbourne. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because Philippine time is 14 hours difference here, so it'd be 9:24 there. So you guys are further west in the Philippines.
Oh, we're like south of the Philippines.
Well, I know you're south. You're south of the equator, and
we would be a bit west of the Philippines, I would think. Yeah. Maybe a couple of hours there.
Right. Well, how many time zones are there in Australia? Just one?
No, 3. I think we've got, haven't we? 3.
3. Oh, okay.
Well, it depends on daylight saving too, because some of the states have daylight saving, some don't. So that complicates things.
Okay, yeah.
We've got Eastern time, Central time, and Western time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Central time's half an hour behind us, and I think Western Australia's 2 hours behind. Yeah.
I've got bedtime at this place.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, guys, here's Jim Boyd.
Oh, no.
Holy moly, Jim.
And
Jim's out of bed. Something's going on there.
Since the minute we got off this morning, I've been trying to get that thing to work with the RTMP.
Oh, really? And we got Exploration Obsession, Les Fink in the
Hi, Les.
All right.
Cool. Hey,
Anyway,
Jim,
I'll leave
try,
you later. Thanks very much,
okay.
All right,
everyone.
Matt. Hey, thanks again, buddy, for the hat,
See you, Matt.
for the koala bear.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
It's high
For the keychains and
quality.
magnets.
Quality.
Yeah.
Good on you. Yeah, anytime, mate. And it'll be really interesting to see how far this tube of Vegemite goes.
It will be. It will be.
That'll be really cool if it makes the rounds, eh? That'd be funny.
That would be funny. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. All good. All right. Cheers, everyone. Hope you have a
Have
fantastic
a good one,
weekend.
Matt. Thanks again.
Bye, Matt.
No worries.
Bye,
See you
Matt.
later. See you later, Peter.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, try MobiZen Live. That's the app that I use to
Morning, Mitch.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hey, Mitch.
How are you? How are you? My
No
camera over
monkey
here.
today, Mitch?
What's that?
No monkey today? Or
No, I'm not in the. I'm in my office. I didn't bother setting up all that OBS stuff for this.
I got the monkey locked up in the other room.
Yeah, the monkey. You know, he needs his private time too. I thought, Rodney, you needed another old fart on the panel since Lloyd left, so I thought I'd fill in for him a little bit.
Well, I appreciate that, brother, but I was kind of hoping for some young blood.
Well,
oh, you can stay up there.
can't help you. Can't help you there. You're stuck with a bunch of us old bald-headed guys, right?
That's all right. The young people couldn't keep up with us anyway.
No, you're right. Not the young people these days.
No.
Jim, how you doing? Oh, I don't hear Jim.
Wake
Jim,
up, Jim.
we don't hear you, brother.
Yeah, unmute.
How you doing, Mark?
I got stuff in my face.
Oh, that's not good, Jim.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, we can hear it. There's a lot of background
Pump. Yeah,
noise.
there's a pump.
Okay.
Oz by drone, just boy, a little less talking about old and bald people, please.
Hi,
Mark.
Hi, Greg. How you doing? It was a good show you had last night. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
How's it
of
going, Greg?
controversy there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully all that stuff will all die out and just go away and everybody forget about it. You know, it was really a whole big dust up over not very much.
That's right. I agree because I watched the whole Ken show and I didn't see anything bad with it that Bill would take offense to.
I think he misunderstood stuff.
Okay.
I think he's too worried about what the astronaut might think of him.
Right.
You know, and I think Greg was right in most of the points that he made last night. But if to make any bigger a deal out of it than it is now, or to start rivalries or force people to choose sides would be absurd. It would be absolutely absurd.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think if it was me, I think I would have dropped a lot of F-bombs. Oh boy, I heard Bill there. He was just frantic. I'm like, I would be too if I'm like, where's my drone? And it's like, all you have to do is look in the lower left-hand corner and you got that little map and it tells you.
Well, everybody, any one of us would panic if something like that happened. And even Ken in the show, because I went back and rewatched it a couple times to make sure I didn't, miss anything. And even Ken was very sympathetic to him and said, we've all had that happen. I've had it happen to me. So I don't know. At any rate, big misunderstanding, water on the bridge, I think.
Yeah.
So let's change the subject to something.
All right. Oh, and speaking of Ken.
Oh.
But and by. I sent Ken a link to the video where I donated blood and haven't heard from him.
Yeah, Greg just said in the chat here, and this is really good advice for anybody flying any of these DJI products, is if anything ever happens bad and you don't know what's going on, just turn off the transmitter. Because above all else, when the drone loses its signal, it's going to return to home. It's not going to care about anything but return to home. Is that right, Jim?
Hopefully, when you turn it off, it won't be sitting under a tree or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Since 2015, they've been returning home from me.
Yeah,
or set your altitude at the correct level. You don't want to end up like Ken when it smashed into that building.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You know, Ken it has a certain degree of self-deprecating humor, like most of us do, and is not afraid to admit, I was stupid. Look how stupid I was. This is what I did that was stupid. And it cost me a drone. So don't you do it. I mean, that's a good trait to have, is to not be so worried about what people think. That you can't admit when you make a mistake that you think other people might learn something from.
Right.
I'm certainly a poster child for that. Don't all talk at once now.
All righty. Yeah, that's right.
You guys go ahead and chat. I'm typing.
Yeah.
You guys are just fine.
So where were you guys all yesterday afternoon when I was having my live build with nobody watching?
Well, usually by the time you come on, I'm spending time with my wife. So
okay. Well, I understand. No, I came on yesterday afternoon. I rebuilt this FPV drone, and it took this cheap Tyro 99, which I didn't like the frame, and took all the guts out and put it in a new frame, and ended up being on there live for 3 hours. And I think at most at any one time I had 6 people. and for the first half hour, it was almost just me. And I was wondering whether YouTube didn't put it out there, or what the hell happened.
Well,
nobody likes me. You know, it's possible nobody likes me, and I'm okay with that.
You're doing a lot better than Nay did towards the end of his little show. It got to where he'd have 1 or 2 people watching. It's like, oh yeah, we're watching edit videos. Oh, that's
I try not to be boring, and I try to do different kinds of things. And this, getting into this FPV hobby has certainly opened up a whole realm of different things. And I thought maybe it'd be interesting for the beginners, and I bill it as beginner FPV, to actually take a look at what the hobby aspect of this is, what the workbench side of it is, the turning the screws and doing all that, because that's what has got me so interested in it. It's not just buying a drone and taking it out and flying it. It's actually digging down into the technology that makes it work, and learning all about that, and creating something that's like unique, that's different than the other drones out there.
Right.
And people are either going to be interested in it or they're not. And all I can do is put it out there. But if for some reason I'm doing something wrong in the way I set this live stream up, so that the message or the word that I'm actually live is not out there, then I need to know that.
I got the notification, but it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. So
well, I didn't expect. Yeah, usually. Lloyd popped in the chat, and he said Friday night is very competitive, but this was 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. There wasn't a single soul on live. I don't know, and I have 760 followers, something like that. So it's not like I got a billion followers.
Apparently, I didn't get that notice. Weren't you on later in the evening as well?
Was Thursday night. I do the regular Thursday night. I want to try to establish as a regular time, 2 hours before Ken Herron. So that at 6 o'clock we go on, and then I get off at 8 and get at it Ken's way.
4 p.m. Mountain Time.
All
Yeah,
right, that pump finally shut off.
Yeah, and Thomas says that a lot of people are at work, and that's
Right.
true. But I wanted to, I was itching. I got this frame, and I was itching to do it, and I just didn't want to wait anymore. And I said, well, I'll just do it.
There you go.
Don't have to entertain the troops. I'll just.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I finally got Ed. Love my drones. He came in, and
Cool.
into the live stream. About 2 hours into it, he came in, and it's nice when you do a build thing like that.
Right.
Because I've got the studio all set up with the build table and different cameras to get different angles on that stuff, and
Cool.
it's off to the side, and I'm turned 90 degrees to my main monitors, so to watch what's going on in the chat, I'm constantly doing this kind of nonsense. So it's nice to have
Your neck still works.
yeah, it's amazing. At my advanced age, that anything still works. But,
Well, you need to put a monitor that's 90 degrees, so when you're working on it, you just look up and
yeah, the way I'm set up, it's not really an option. I've already got 3 monitors on the stupid thing already. And, it's just I don't have any place. It's such a small table that I've set up to do the building on.
Right.
I don't have a lot of room, and it falls off the back. There's a mirrored closet door behind it, so I can
okay.
hang stuff up on the wall there. But I got enough crap in that studio already.
Yeah, that's about like my studio. I got to clean off the desk. I got papers and crap all over the place. So.
Oh, it's easy to get, especially when you're building these drones and you got the screws and the wires and the pieces and the parts and no room for all this stuff.
Well, I do all my drone repairs and stuff out in my living room on the big round table, but I don't do that much anymore. I got out of rebuilding Phantoms. So that was a lot of fun.
Greg's got a good idea. He basically said use an iPad, or so I could do that. I have a bunch of old tablets. I could probably just tune a tablet into the live stream. Don't even have to hook up to anything, and just run the chat on it. Pop out.
There you go.
Just run the chat just to keep it. But I'd rather have somebody like one of you guys come in and be a guest and keep an eye on the chat. Jim does that great. Jim, whenever he comes into my life, always does a great job of watching the chat and welcoming people, and I appreciate that. But I'll never be a big YouTube star, nor do I care if I am or not.
Well, Greg says do an iPad on the teleprompt beam splitter glass stand, then you can look at the monitor when you look at the camera.
Yeah, when I'm at the build table, though, I'm not looking at the camera. The camera doesn't see me. It's focused down on what I'm building.
Right.
And,
he's got that 3 camera setup.
Yeah, I've got more cameras I care to. What I did do was I have the Elgato Stream Deck, to change different scenes, and I got a USB extension cord and moved it over right next to where the build table is, so I don't have to when I want to change from one camera to another. Now I don't have to. Yeah, just exactly like that. I don't have to go. Oh Jesus. I'm sorry, I can't even talk in the face of all these.
Hey, Greg, can you put your email in for me again and then erase it real quick? I can't find it. Oz by drone. Greg Canard.
I've got a frog.
You all know.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow! Where's mine? I don't even have a toy here in the office.
Hey, Peter, you know how?
This is the closest I got.
There. Okay. Scully Jr.
Yeah, Scully, but it's actually a push dagger. See?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw the part of the stream, but Matt North sent this to me along with the hat, a couple of magnets, and a keychain. So that's what I've been petting this thing all morning. So,
and it looks like it feels real satisfying too.
It is, yeah, actually. Yeah. And he also sent me this, which I don't know if you saw the taste test or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. My one comment was yuck. I don't know if you saw that in this.
You know what? Since you mentioned it, I do remember you saying that.
Yes, I said yuck. The only toy I have here is this little benchy that I printed with my niece.
Okay.
And everybody's got one of these who has a 3D printer because I think it's the law. I think you have to print one or they come and take your printer away.
Hey, Rodney, the next challenge for you is the Balut challenge.
No, sir.
I don't even know what that is.
No.
Okay, it is a duck egg with the embryo inside.
No balut for me. I remember getting up in the morning when I spent the night out on the town. This was in Subic Bay, Philippines.
Yep.
You'd get up in the morning and you hear balut, balut. Vendors trying to sell balutes to people.
Yeah.
That's one thing I won't try.
Yeah, I'd have to have many red dragons to eat a balut. So Rodney knows what Red Dragon is. That's a brand of beer in the Philippines.
Okay.
Or
I prefer
San Miguel.
myself.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to welcome Tina's singing channel, Davey,
Cool.
into the stream. Welcome. See anybody else new? Osborne Drone.
Get a chance to say hi to Chris Hope. How you doing?
To who?
Chris Hope. I saw.
Yeah, all right.
I think I said hi to
Big
him.
Red Horse, yeah.
Yeah, Chris was terrific on Greg's show last night. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch that. Guys, for you that have night streams, like, Ken Herron and you, Mitch, it's hard for me to get on there and even watch because my wife works, I work, and the evenings is for us.
Yeah.
You're trying to say you have a life, Rodney?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But I was trying to do it in such a way where,
Yeah, and the life is something that most of us older YouTube guys like me and Lloyd, we basically, I'm a bachelor too, so I don't even have that aspect of it. So,
well, believe me, I got into watching YouTube when I had I had a rotator cuff repair on my right shoulder back in 2016.
Right.
So for 7 weeks, I couldn't go to work. So the only thing left was watching TV and going to physical therapy and watching YouTube. And that's basically kind of how I got YouTube. It's like an addiction for me.
Yeah, it is. It really is. There's so much stuff out there on YouTube. And if you want to fix something, there's so many DIY channels.
You wind up watching stuff you never would have elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise.
One of the first drone channels I ever saw was Ken Herron.
Really?
Oh,
yeah. And that's what he's the one that got me into even wanting to get a drone.
Right.
And then I watched these people that they buy sailboats and they sail around the world and stuff like La Vega Bond. It's an Aussie couple, an Australian couple that have sailed around the world. They're on their second tour around the world. And then there's Sailboat Story, which is an American couple and their little girl that sailed to the Bahamas. And then there's a Canadian I can't think of his name. I can't think of it, but he has a sailboat and he's selling the Lawrence River area, the Thousand Islands area.
Right.
And that's what got me started into it. And then I got my first camera drone, which was the P3 Standard.
Right. Yep.
And so I was going to start getting in. Some of my first videos are still on the channel, but I lost it in the lake behind my house. Ran into a tree.
Yeah, that happened to my P3 Standard. I was flying around the creek where I do a lot of fishing, and I wanted to show, hey, this is what it looks like in the summertime when it's green. And I grabbed the wrong battery. I grabbed the battery that I used the day before. And I'm out flying around, and I hear this beep, beep, beep. Low battery. Return to home.
Oh,
It hit a tree, and that was it.
I got to go and fill this up because Greg has reminded me that I need more coffee.
Well,
thank
I've gone beyond coffee.
I'm on this. I've only had 2 cups so far. I usually drink 4. So
Yeah. Well, I had some Vegemite this morning, so I think I'm good for energy.
I will be right back. I'm going to mute my mic.
Hey,
There you go.
Greg, if you're listening, I have to apologize to you. I just did a name search under my Google contacts and found that you had emailed me a while back, but it went into spam. And I apologize. I won't be making that show. It was a while ago. Yeah, that's my luck, guys. Hey, have you guys had any problems with your? I know when the subscriber count goes up and down, I'm finding that if you look in your Gmail, I don't know what other mail you guys are using, but I try and just use Gmail for this
Right.
browser. It doesn't always go in primary. Sometimes it'll go in under promotions or what's this other category?
Social.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mitch. Yeah, and apparently you got to search all 3 if you want to find your emails.
Right. Yep.
Oh, you guys knew that already?
Yeah, I have it all. Mine set up to where at the top it has primary, social, and promotions, and every day I go check that out. And
You know why I don't? I got a lot. Honestly, I get a lot of crap from Publishers Clearinghouse.
Well, you entered their contest once.
Yeah. I get so much junk email that that's normally where they go in the social and
Right.
and the promotions. So I never check them, But this one was in spam, which is odd because I made my own category for UAV contacts. Each of you gentlemen is in there,
Okay.
just so you know. You've earned a spot in my UAV contacts category.
I can't speak for the other guys, but I feel privileged.
Oh, of course.
As well, you should be.
Same here.
So what do you think about that rain we got yesterday there, James?
Mitch, I have those swales in front of my house, and they haven't gone down in 2 weeks of this rain. Today's the first day with no rain.
Yesterday we got deluged.
Hammered.
Yeah. Today it's not raining yet. It's not raining yet.
Do you have a tropical storm or?
We had a thing in the Bahamas that a low pressure area that kind of caused all this rain for the past 3 or 4 days.
Right.
5 days. But
something I wanted to talk about, and Mitch will attest to this. This one exit I fly is about a mile off the Melbourne Airport's runway. The exit they're building up from us. And so when I fly it, I have to use my wide area authorization, right? But they're using some kind of new stuff. So the other day I was going through my airdata.com thing, right? Because the drone lost connection for minutes at a time.
Wow.
And it all shows up, signal errors and then total lost connection and all that. But, you can't panic in those situations. And I think, who was I talking to? One of you guys about it, that we actually ran through the data. The data, and I pay for the pro account because you get free, but only for a certain amount of batteries.
Right.
Like if you have 6 batteries, you have to get their pro account or you won't be keeping track of your batteries, that kind of thing.
Right.
So I kind of got horseshoed into the pro account, and I was looking for it to do all my drone logbook work.
Right.
I don't know what you guys use for your logbooks, but it can be tedious to keep track of each and every battery and how many times you've charged and discharged and all that. But the free account, if you've only got like 6 batteries, will help you out greatly there. But it did not tell me why I lost signal. I've flown this same spot 100 times, and I was thinking maybe, Mitch, that that Melbourne airport is starting to use some of that defensive equipment.
You think? I just don't fly. I just don't fly the DJI stuff in this 5 mile radius. Not until we get the Lance.
Yeah, and
Right.
we still don't have that here,
We
guys.
still don't. It still says on the air map when you click on the box, it says 400-foot ceiling, automated authorization coming soon, and
Right.
it's gotten. And then when you look at the lists that FAA puts out of the airports, Melbourne is not even on there.
Right.
Every other airport's on Daytona, Orlando, San Francisco.
Even Vero Beach, Mel.
Yeah, Vero Beach. I can go to any airport anywhere within 100 miles of me. That's a big airport with a class
Right.
airspace, and I can get a Lance authorization now. But I can't get one at this dinky little Melbourne airport.
That we're surrounded by. Yeah.
And they do have commercial operations out of there. Airliners do. I know every morning at 6:10 a.m.
Right up to New York.
Right over my house, this jet goes every morning. It's 6:10 a.m. on
Right.
work. I don't know where it's gone, but it's an airliner.
I know they have an early nonstop to New York.
That might be the one, and it's very convenient. A lot of people that live here actually are flying out of Melbourne now. You generally have to change planes in Atlanta or something, but it's convenient. I just don't go anywhere anymore on airplanes, so I haven't had to take advantage of it.
This highway's going to open up that area for you, Mitch. Like, you're not going to have to wait anymore. They're going to 4-lane that thing by you, that John Rhodes and all that.
Yeah, but I'm for me, it's perfect. As soon as they open up that highway, that exit,
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about John. I'm just a couple hundred yards north of the interchange, so I just come out of my place, turn right, go down to the lake, turn right. I'm on the interstate, and they did just open up the new Vieira exit up the road.
Yeah.
And that's how my son's house. I was going to cut 10 minutes off my trip to my son's house.
Hey, let me interrupt for a minute.
Okay.
Fly Natural joined that, and looks like the first thing it says it's the 65 plus crew. Look at them all laugh or laughing out loud.
Well,
and I responded with "Good morning, Roosevelt." At Fly Natural, listen up, son. You may learn something from us old folks. And then he responds back, "That's true. You can teach me how to properly apply arthritis cream."
Oh man, we get no respect, do we?
No.
Peter, how old are you, Peter?
Not far off. You're on 68.
68. Okay,
Wow.
so once again, I'm the oldest guy in the room. I don't know how that always happens. I thought maybe even Lloyd might be older than me, but no.
It's hard to beat 100, Mitch.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I use this old guy thing as a shtick because the numbers are there, but I don't feel any older than any 30-year-old. I don't ever. I still feel like a kid. I still have that wide-eyed wonder at things.
I do too sometimes. So Art, this question's for Art. How old are you?
I am 59.
Oh my God, you're the youngin' of the group.
Well, I will be 60 in January.
I just turned 60 July 30th.
Jim, you don't look a day over 59 and a half.
You are the baby of the group, Art.
Yeah, boy.
We have a veterans club here at my community, and we've actually got some World War II vets in this thing. Some of these guys are 90-something years old, and
Right.
I'm the baby of that group, and that's why I go to it, because I feel I'm the young guy.
Mitch, check out the chats. You got to see what Rosie said.
You must have seen. I get no respect at all. No respect at all. In fact,
We're going to start calling you
Rodney Dangerfield material.
Mel says he'll be 60 in October.
Oh, they're 400 AGL.
Wait. We have a contender. When's your birthday, Art?
January.
So, yeah, you remain the baby.
Yeah.
The reigning king.
I was born on Martin Luther King Day.
Oh man, that tells you why none of us are getting 12 million views on our videos, because we're not hip.
Hey, it's lit, man. It's lit.
It's lit. Is woke. We got to get woke. You know.
Woke, man.
What the heck is that?
See there you go. It doesn't even know what woke means.
Wow. I must really be out of it.
Far out of it. You know.
It's awesome. It's neato. It's neato, man.
Yeah. Woke.
Hey, I can still say groovy.
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 Yeah, we've been watching Brady Bunch, you know.
Hey Mel,
Greg, hey, it's groovy, man.
Mel, caught a little of your live stream last night, the simulator live stream that turned into a discussion.
Yeah.
Everybody's turned into a discussion last night.
Yeah. That's right.
Because there were things going up on Facebook and Twitter, and everybody on here had something to say about it.
Yeah.
I must really missed something last night.
Well,
What? Not last night on the show.
I think somebody, you need to know that when you're posting a video, there's a checkbox down there that says your video can be embedded in other videos. So if you don't want your video spread around, uncheck that.
Uncheck the box. It's true.
Right.
Yeah.
True. Well, I don't think anybody would to try. First of all, to try to get YouTube to arbitrate something is be nuts anyway, because they don't. Just even contacting them is a nightmare.
Right.
They wouldn't care.
If you're a larger channel, you have a representative, I think. But in most cases, to even get somebody to start a fight over it, the worst that would have happened might have been a copyright strike. But I think that Ken was well within his guidelines to do what he did.
Well, where I got upset, I know we're not talking about it, but it's just the only one point that upset me was that I heard that the wife was brought into it. And so, like the rest of you, you're going to defend your wife.
Yeah, but he wasn't brought in. See, that was
right. I went back, watched it.
Twice.
All he said is that his wife in the background.
That's the only mention of the word wife. Was somebody was saying something, and Ken said, "Is that Bill's wife?"
Yeah.
That was it.
So I got off my high horse then, because I was about to type furiously, Yeah.
Well, what happened was, and then he also said that his chats were being deleted. But I went back and looked again, and the only one that actually got deleted was the last one where he said, "I'm going to go on live stream," and then he retracted it himself. He actually retracted it. Said message retracted, not deleted. So he deleted it himself. And I like Bill. Bill is the reason that I'm on YouTube.
Yeah, same here.
He is, because he's a Florida guy down in Tampa, and when I first started, I've been at this since December. I'm a new guy at this, and I got into, about a year and a half ago, I got into the drones, and all I did on YouTube was just watch tutorials and instructional stuff. I never got into the community per se, and I never even thought about having a YouTube channel. But I watched Bill's videos along with all the other DJI type guys, and he and then all of a sudden Billy Kyle and Ken Dono decided to have a little drone get together down in Tampa. And that's a 2-hour drive for me, but I said, you know what, I'm going to drive over there and meet these guys. So I drove over to Sulphur Springs. My daughter lives there anyway, so I could visit her. And I met Billy Kyle and Original Dovo, Ken Dono, and Bill and his wife were there, and maybe 3 or 4 other people. And I just thought he was a sweet guy, nice guy, genuine, what you see is what you get kind of a guy. And his wife is a sweetheart. And we had a good time, and I met him. And then a couple months later, he decided to have another little get together in Lakeland for the drone guys at the a restaurant called Ford's Garage. So I drove over there for that too. And it was Bill, Val, me, and one other guy. That was it. And
apparently the only problem is that everything he puts up, he winds up having to retract.
Well, I'm not going to go there. I just want to finish my.
I don't.
Hey, let's welcome Mel to the panel.
Oh, hey, Mel.
Hey, Mel.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Let me finish my
Um,
story. It's almost done.
Go ahead. Then I'm going to make a comment.
So we were went to dinner, and it was just basically Bill, Val, me, and this other guy. Bill bought us dinner. It was very, very nice of him. And I said, and I said, I could do this YouTube thing, Bill. And he gave me a lot of encouragement, encouraged me to get into it. And when I first got into it, he said a lot of nice things about me on his channel and told everybody to go look at me. This is back when I had 5 subscribers. So I like the guy, and it hurts me to see this thing get blown up to what it has gotten.
Yeah.
It really does, because I like both the guys. I like Ken. I love his show. He's a riot, and I like Bill. He does what he does, and let the market decide.
I thought it took a lot of chutzpah to put up that video that he did.
Sure.
I don't know that I would have posted that, honestly.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mel. I wanted, I'm old. I forget things. I wanted to finish the story before I lose it.
Oh no, you were in the middle of that. That's not a problem. Jim, what did you say?
Mel,
you would not have posted it?
I don't know if you caught the first part of the stream, but I've joined the ranks.
Well, it's about damn time. Did you eat any of it?
Oh yes, I did.
Oh, good deal.
Peter can vouch for me.
Certainly did. Yep.
Okay, well, it's about time.
Right.
I actually kind of like the stuff. Lloyd was kind of surprised when he first got me to try it. But back to my question. I'm sorry, guys. I did come in late. I was doing some other stuff. I'm working on a video, and then I decided to go make breakfast. And I thought, well, I wonder if anybody's doing a stream. And I came back in here and checked, and sure enough, 5 Yahoos are on. So I figured I'd join them and make 6.
Well, we enjoy having you on the panel.
Jim, did you say you would or would not have posted that original video if it was you?
Well, the way the cursing was involved, I don't think I would have posted it.
Exactly.
Of words that
even
are
with
offensive
that,
to churchgoers.
even with that, I don't believe I would have posted it to save the embarrassment of Fluidity. I would have gotten in touch with them first.
Yeah.
Sent them the video and said, hey, I just had a huge problem, and blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is, and I've been stewing on this for a while, and I've not said a lot about it. Last night I said my piece, and I'll basically repeat what I said last night. Last night I decided to do a live stream and just fly the simulator for a while. And then I started seeing people showing up in the chat. And I thought, well, I better go be in the chat instead now. But Ron wanted to talk about it. It was, he hadn't had a lot of information or talked about it much. But I do want to make a couple of clarifications. First thing, Mitch, Bill did not delete that comment. A moderator did.
Okay, yeah, I was just Greg just told me that.
Yeah, the reason is because Ken does not allow any self-promotion on his channel.
Yeah,
okay. So he likes us to, as moderators, anybody that, first of all, uses foul language, he wants that taken out immediately.
Right.
Self-promotion he wants taken out. Other than that, he's pretty good with most things. So I just wanted to, get that out there too. Mm-hmm. The other deal is whenever I fly, now I'm going to talk about me personally, and I'm a commercial licensed pilot, and I have flown professionally. So I've flown in less than desirable areas and conditions. Okay. You as PIC, or in my case, co-pilot, must be ready for anything that happens.
That's true.
And you must have a plan. Now, I believe that's true even if you're a hobbyist.
Mm-hmm.
If you're flying an aircraft that has the ability to hurt someone, or you're walking a dog that has the ability to kill, or you're driving a car or a semi truck. I don't care what it is. You must have a plan for the inevitable, not if, but when. Okay. That's my opinion.
And that one procedure has been in place from what my experience with their drones since 2015 has always been in place to disconnect from apps. You can go in and out of P mode or into S mode or whatever, because I've tried a few apps and had my drone go straight up.
Not only that,
Okay.
if you switch from satellite mode to sport mode and then back, your controller negates any app you're running and it takes control over the drone again with the DJI app, assuming you have it open. But the other thing is the number one safety precaution that DJI has built into all of their aircraft from day one is if it loses connection with the controller, it returns to home at the programmed return to home height.
And now with the new A-Pass, it'll save you even better.
Now with A-Pass on some of them, it'll even help more. That's absolutely true. So
What's A-Pass?
A-Pass
It'll move around
allows
the tree.
A-Pass allows the forward sensors to navigate the drone around obstacles on its return to home flight.
Nice.
But it still must be
That's cool.
in return to home mode.
Okay.
If
Gotcha.
you have total catastrophic failure of any third party anything, it's especially if it's running through your controller like as a slave, like the Aviator does, your first reaction should be shut your controller off. Don't try to stumble around closing apps and flipping switches or anything. Hit the power button and shut your controller off. That kills everything. And 15 seconds later, puts the drone 20, 30 seconds, whatever it is, 5 seconds, puts the drone into automatic emergency return to home mode.
Right.
Once the drone is coming home, you're hoping, because you can't see it, you have no idea because you've lost visual and everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
Turn your controller back on. The controller will reconnect with the drone. Open your DJI app, and you can fly the drone as normal. Cancel the return to home, figure out where the drone is, get your visuals on your camera, and bring it home, or let the return to home continue until you get it back in line of sight. It's very, very, very simple. These are safety features that have been built into DJI from day one. Another safety feature that's built into DJI, and I talked about this yesterday evening on my stream. A lot of guys don't know it. Some do, some don't. If you take any DJI aircraft and rotate it 90 degrees, it kills the motors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can hand catch. And a lot of guys used to do this for a while. They'd hand catch and then flip their drone sideways and kill the motors. That's really cool, except that snap roll stresses the motors on the gimbal. So it's not advised.
Right.
The correct way to do it is gently roll the drone, allow the gimbal motors to rotate till they hit maximum travel, then keep going until the drone shuts off. Then level the drone back out, and the gimbal will level back out.
Right.
A lot of guys have knocked their gimbal out of whack by snapping it over instead of gently rolling it over.
I see. Okay. Okay.
Out in California, I had a group of guys that I was flying with. My first Sunday there, we went out to a gorge with a river, and on the other side of the river, 100 feet across, was an old railroad track that was abandoned. There was a tunnel that went through a curve on a mountain on the side of a hill. I actually flew my Mavic into the tunnel as far as the sensors would allow. Then I went around on the other side and flew in the other end as far as the sensors would allow. I wasn't brave enough to shut the sensors off because I couldn't see through the tunnel. If I could see light through the other end, if it was straight, I might have shut the sensors off and flew through it.
Right.
Could have lost signal.
Yeah.
The tunnel was about 100 feet long,
Yeah.
maybe 200 feet. I don't know. It was a pretty long tunnel.
Right.
But anyway,
Home would have been very interesting inside that tunnel.
there was a lot of graffiti and stuff at the opening, so it was interesting.
Whereabouts was that, Mel?
That was in California, north of San Francisco. And I'd have to look it up on the map really quick to tell you exactly where it was.
In Sonoma?
No, it was north of there and west of there.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, one of the guys was flying a Phantom 4 Pro. In fact, my pilot that I was flying with was flying his Phantom 4 Pro.
Right.
For some unknown reason, and he never did get it figured out, the drone at about, we were standing on the road. You had the riverbank that went down about 30 feet to the level of the water and then up another 30 feet to the level of the other side where the railroad tracks were and so forth. And he was flying about 10 feet above ground level. So he was maybe 40 or 50 feet above the water. He was out over the river filming and flying around. And all of a sudden the drone decided to return to home. He had no control over the P4P. It returned to home, to the spot where he took off from.
Right.
On the side of the berm, on the side of the road, there was a berm that was about 3 feet tall. He sat his drone on that when he took off. So his return to home altitude was actually about 3 feet above the altitude where we were standing because it was on a berm. The drone came right back directly over that spot and hovered about 8 feet in the air above the berm. So it was 10 or 12 feet above us. We couldn't reach it. We got the brainstorm idea to back a pickup truck. So I backed my pickup truck up to the berm. One of the guys climbed in the back of my truck and he reached up and he grabbed a hold of the drone. So now at least we got a hand on it. We know it can't go anywhere else. Okay. We brought it down to 5 foot, 6 foot above ground level. Now it's trying to hover where it wanted to. So it's full throttle. They hand the drone to me for some reason. So I'm holding on to it with both hands from the bottom of the landing gear. Dominic, the owner, reaches up between my arms and presses the power button on the battery to try to shut the drone off. That doesn't work. Not only did he have no stick control, but he could not shut the drone off by the procedure to shut it off with the battery.
Oh, man.
So now everybody's kind of wondering, okay, what do we do now? I said, well, it's going to burn the motors up if we let it keep going. It could possibly do damage because it's trying to climb back to where it wants to be and we're holding it down. So it's struggling. It's doing what it thinks it's supposed to do. I said, I can shut the drone off. They said, there's no way. How do you shut a drone off? And I said, if you tip it 90 degrees, it's a safety feature that's built into DJI. None of them guys, there were 7 guys out there with me and none of them knew that. I gently rotated the drone over. The gimbal reached maximum travel. Then I went the rest of the way at 92 or so 90 degrees. The motors quit. He pulled the battery out. He put the battery back in. He went through all the checks, checked everything. The drone flew wonderfully after that, never had another problem. But my point is that's a safety feature that's built in to DJI drones. And the reason that's built in is in the event if you hit something. If you hit something and the drone gets cattywampus by 90 degrees, it'll shut the motors off. It's a safety feature.
Cool. I would have liked to have seen a video of you hanging on to
that would have been funny.
Golden fish or something.
There's probably video somewhere because everybody had a drone in the air, including me. The whole time this is going on, my controller's laying in the back of my pickup and my Mavic sitting out over the river hovering, waiting for me to tell it to do something.
Oh, no.
Now, I will tell you, as a professional, but not as professional as you guys, that your drone will lose its home point if it disconnects for too long. It'll change home points.
Really?
Oh, how does it change home points?
Well, there's a pump running, but When it reconnects after being disconnected for too long, it reconnects with that point as the new start home point. It starts a whole new flight data chart.
Really? How long does it have to be disconnected?
We lost your audio, Jim.
Okay.
According to air data, the last one was 15.7 seconds.
Really? That's short, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it changed the home point to where it had reconnected from. Just something to look out for. It doesn't happen all the time.
Oh, it's a random thing.
Yeah, just something to look out for. Because if you press home, return to home, it might think that that's the new home point. But this is when I had those disconnect problems the other day I was telling you about.
Well, so knowing this information, that to get everything to quit controlling your drone, all you got to do is shut your controller off.
Right.
5 seconds, turn it back on. You'll regain control of the drone, unless there's a failure between or in your drone or controller. Because once you shut it off and all the apps close and get disconnected of whatever you're doing, then you can get control of the drone back. My comment was, and the only thing that I really have to say about it is, and I asked Ron this last night, I said, Ron, in your job, in your life, about your person, anything, when the chips fall, what is the single most important thing you must do? And he started thinking, well, try to keep people safe. Do this. I said, nope, those are all wrong answers. The very first single most important thing you must do is what? Keep your head. If you lose your mind, you ain't no good to nobody, no matter what.
No, that's true.
The single most important first thing you must do is keep your head in any emergency. And I don't care what kind of emergency it is. Driving your car down the road. What happens if you, and my, God love her, my ex-wife, if she panicked, she'd let her head, okay? Literally let go of the steering wheel and lose her mind. And it's like, okay, in any emergency, if you want to be able to do anything, the single most important thing you must do is keep your head. And if you think about it, there's no breaking that argument.
Mm-hmm.
My argument cannot be broken, period.
That's true.
Unfortunately for Bill, he did not do that.
Mm. Yeah.
And I believe that it's because he's not or hasn't been or didn't get the information and the education that he should have to be a licensed 107 pilot in command with an emergency plan in place. First thing we do, right? Pre-check, pre-flight check, check all of our stuff. The very next thing we do, or the last thing we do before we actually take off, is what's my emergency plan if something goes sour?
Right.
We just lost Jim. Jim, where'd you go?
He went to get a cup of
Get
coffee.
coffee. Let's go get coffee. And you're going to lose me for a second because I'm going to go leave some coffee.
Well, all you got to do is turn your camera off. You don't have to leave the stream. Jeez, I thought I ran him off here. But the last thing you do before you actually go fly a mission, whatever it is, whether it's hobby or commercial,
right,
is have an emergency plan.
That's true.
And if you don't do these things, then you are unprepared for flight. And if you're unprepared for flight and something happens, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
The rest is history. You see videos like that. People panicking because they have not any kind of emergency plan in place. And worse over, the panic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I felt kind of sorry for Bill when it was happening. And while I was watching the video, and I was yelling at my computer screen, Bill, turn your controller off. turn your controller off. That's all you got to do. And he's running through the house and doing this and doing that and screaming and yelling and cussing and freaking out, and only because he broke the first rule.
Right.
Keep your head.
Yep.
In any emergency, and I don't care what kind of emergency it is, on the battlefield, our troops,
Yep.
and they're stress trained and stuff to go through things that the average Joe public doesn't go through. They have to keep their head or they die, or someone else dies. You know, that is the absolute first rule. Keep your head. When the shit hits the fan, you know, I'm sorry, but so I'm not going to down talk Bill or, you know, try to say bad things about him like some people have done. I'm just going to say he made some mistakes. He didn't have an emergency contingency plan, and he didn't keep his head. But the other mistake he made, in my opinion, and this is all just my opinion, was taking that second flight. He should not have taken that second flight. I saw in the video a problem with his first flight, and nobody has said anything about it.
What problem?
I believe that when he flew that drone with the joystick out over the lake and he got to the other side of the lake there behind his house, he said he was going to yaw the drone and make a turn. To yaw the drone with that joystick, you twist, you get in front of the camera, you twist the handle one way or the other.
Right.
Roll is this and pitch is this, right? Forward and backward.
Yeah, but when you're going roll on a Mavic, just makes it go sideways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's still the roll feature.
Correct.
So what Bill did with the joystick was tilt it to the right, and he said he was going to yaw the drone. When that didn't happen, when the drone did not rotate, he went and hit return to home. I believe that he knew the drone didn't rotate. I don't believe he knew why, and he hit return to home.
Yeah, I can see that because, you know, he hasn't had that much experience with that stick, nor flying other devices or airplanes with a joystick. You know, it's just not. I'm sure he just wasn't all that familiar with it. I'll tell you what, Mel. Once you get into FPV drones, man, you learn the difference between yaw and roll real quick, don't you?
Absolutely. And you know what? I was just flying my Tiny Hawk in the house. I should say crash landing my Tiny Hawk in the house.
You try to do it in acro, you doing it in acro mode?
No, I don't believe so.
Try that in the house. That's a real trip.
But at the end of that, I carried everything back in here and set it on the table. Okay, it's all sitting right here. It's all in one piece. As I walked in my office to set all that junk on the table, I thought, you know, somebody's going to get an awful nice 1,000 subscriber prize.
You're not going to give that away, are you?
And then I thought, maybe I'll keep it.
I'm going to show off a little bit here.
I need to get outside, I think, with it. You know, in the house, you just don't have enough room to maneuver or do anything.
And fly outside in the acro mode. Fly outside in the acro mode because it's great. It flies like a bigger drone. But I wonder if this is something for Drone Shots, because Drone Shots was watching me building this thing last night. But this is my rebuild that I did on the live stream. This is the final version. It's all done, ready to fly.
Wow, that's good.
I'm going to go out and test it today. In fact, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to run outside and do a line of sight flight. But this is my old Tyro 99 in a new frame. And I don't know how well it's going to fly, but it's pretty, you know, which is more important.
It does look cool.
It's got to be pretty. But this was a $32 frame from Amazon. So I took a $99 drone and took the guts out of it and put it in a frame. It came with the GoPro mount, and it's a top mount battery now. It's got nice feet on the bottom. So this is what I actually built yesterday, and I'm thrilled with it. It just looks like a much nicer drone now than the old Tyro 99 cheapy thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Hey, Mitch,
very cool.
Well, hey,
Jody,
that
the only way
drone is lit.
that drone is woke, man. It's woke.
the only way that it reverts back default to the controller with the FT-Aviator in connection is on your remote, switch from satellite mode to sport mode and then back to satellite mode or P mode. And that will disconnect the app and default the control back to the standard controller.
Hey guys, I'm gonna. It's time for me to end this stream.
All right. Yeah, I'm
It's
about ready
time,
to eat.
Rodney. It really is about time.
Yeah.
People are
Why,
probably
you've been going almost 3 hours.
I
tired of
know.
Yeah, building up those watch hours.
It actually went 45 minutes longer than I really planned to. Of course, like I said,
Oh, blame it on me. Blame it on me. Hey,
Mel,
look here,
I'm
Rodney.
not saying anything now.
thing about
I got broad shoulders, buddy. I can handle it.
We're inferring it.
So
And thanks for letting me come in and run my ramble with my rabble.
I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me too, Rodney.
Yeah, thanks, Rodney.
Mel, both of you guys are always welcome. Peter, of course, you're always welcome. Art, this is the first time I think you've been on my stream.
Yeah, that's right. And I enjoyed it.
Rodney, if you're smart, you'll make it his last, right?
Yeah, but Peter just talks too much. You know, we got a problem. We need to keep Peter from the
I want to remind you guys, especially Mel, that this tube here, this Vegemite tube, I'm going to be sending it to Ron Lockwood. He's taking up a challenge. He's going to do it right here on my live stream. If he gets it by Wednesday, he's going to do it next Saturday on the live stream.
There we go.
From there, it's going to go to Philly Drone Life.
Oh, okay.
And then
Michael's gonna try it? Really?
Yeah.
I can hear that.
I don't believe it.
And the thing is it's going to be, it's got to be on my live stream. So anybody that tries it will have to do it on my live stream.
Okay.
So
How does it actually go?
Matt North would like to do. Matt North is the Australian that sent it to me.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever met him, Mel, but
Don't
he's
know.
a pretty good guy.
Yeah, Art, it needs to go to Art after Philly.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I think we were going to send it to Rick Halber, so I'll make sure Rick Halber knows to send it to Art. He also sent me a hat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that hat's lit, man.
There's something wrong with that, Rodney. I'm sorry.
I've been doing that all morning. People,
You know why koala bears aren't really considered bears, right? You know why koala bears aren't really considered bears, right?
Why?
They don't qualify.
Oh,
You've been
Wow.
watching Karen too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard Lloyd tell that one.
So can you put that Vegemite on a anchovy pizza? How do you think it would go?
Oh.
Why not? Yeah. You should try it on one of your cigars, Mitch. You could
Oh yeah.
put it on the end of your cigar and smoke it.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. Now there would be something. That would be unusual. I've tasted that stuff, and I'm sorry. I got one word for it: yuck. That's all I can think of.
You know, I didn't think it was so bad. I kind of liked
was
it.
thinking about sending it to you, Mitch, but if you've already tasted it, that's no fun.
No, don't send it to me because I won't do it again. You know. And I like anchovies too, believe it or not. So,
but Mel Lloyd was on the stream this morning because he had to see this. He had to see me do it, and I remember the reaction.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Well, there's always the replay.
yeah.
Well, you could do a live one too, you know.
I did Live.
Can I make a little?
I mean, a live replay.
Can I make a little announcement?
Here, I'll do this for you. I'll do this for you, okay? Just for you, Mel.
Oh God. Oh,
So, do you like it or do you dislike it?
I don't dislike it.
imagine, after they get done brewing beer and what the gunk that's left in the bottom of the vat
Yeah.
when they drain all the beer out, that you go down in there and you just start licking it. Just imagine that. What that might taste like.
So Mel, what I actually did is I made a piece of toast, and then we got back on. I muted my camera and my mic, and I went and made a piece of toast. And when I came back, I left the guys. It was Mel, Peter Carroll, Matt North,
You mean Lloyd?
Lloyd, old part. Lloyd, Peter, Matt, and who else? Peter, help me out here.
That might have been about it. I think.
It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
so anyway, so what I did was I gave him a choice that, on what I did first. The three choices were finger test, plain toast, buttered toast. Well, Lloyd.
Yep.
He stuck that finger up there.
Yep.
Well, that's what I did first. And we just had a lot of fun with it.
Cool.
It really doesn't taste. Yeah, I'm kind of growing used to it, though.
Well, everything is an acquired taste eventually.
Yeah, but I will tell you, when I put it on the buttered toast, it tastes really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So
Mitch, you were going to make an announcement. What were you going to
I
say?
was just gonna say that I got this Tyro $129 kit from Banggood. That's a 7-inch long range drone kit designed for long range, and it's a whole complete FPV kit, including the GoPro mount, camera, the controller, 7-inch drone, all the motors, all the wires, and the VTX and an antenna, and the whole 9 yards for 100. And now today I looked, it's $119, and I'm going to build it online, and I think I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Cool.
So sometime tomorrow afternoon, I'll probably, if you guys watch out, I'm going to come on and build that, because I tell you what, I've built the other Tyro kits, and other than the bad motors in the little one, the 79, the components have been great. I rebuilt the 99 because I didn't like the frame; it had no room in it. But for $119, it comes with a GPS module too, Mel, so you can actually set up the GPS rescue in Betaflight. And,
Wow.
and have that as your fail-safe option. So it's not going to do a precision landing, but if the drone should ever fly out of range and fail-safe, it will climb to a predetermined altitude, turn around towards the home point, and start flying back to you, and start descending 200 yards or 200 meters from the home point. Now it's up to you as the pilot at that point to take over control.
Right.
Because by that point, you will have gotten your video back, and you will have probably gotten your signal back. Otherwise, it'll probably crash somewhere, and into the
or run out of battery.
Right, but it is designed as a rescue. If you ever, lose your analog video feed, you're flying out there, and all of a sudden you can't see what the drone's doing anymore. You just click this thing, and you just click the switch to arm the GPS rescue, and it will climb and turn around, which is a terrific safety feature for these FPV drones.
Yeah.
People are just well, this drone for $119 now comes with the same GPS module that I've been buying for $15 a piece, and that's included in the kit too. So I thought anybody interested in economical FPV might be interested in tuning in on this thing and keep me company while I build this thing, and we get it powered up, get the motor directions right in Betaflight, configure everything, and hopefully in 3-4 hours get it ready to fly.
Well, that'd be cool. And if I may, Rodney, take just a minute to make an announcement myself. My show Sunday, tomorrow, is probably going to be at 11 a.m. instead of 7:45 p.m. And the reason for that is my main guest is going to be Ash from Droning On, I believe.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
So we're going to have a really good show tomorrow. So you guys should come check it out about 11 a.m. Central Time, USA.
Okay. Okay. So it'll be
Okay.
10 o'clock here. Okay. All
Yep.
right. We'll do.
Yep.
I don't ever
Everybody
get
check
famous
it out.
guests. I don't ever get famous guests yet. I'm not there yet. I get except for Mel. Mel is the most famous guest I get on my shows.
Well, that's only because I think I am, you know. Actually, Art's the one that's actually performed in front of people. He's
Art's
the
the one
famous
that's been around. Art's been Ken Herron. Art's been, oh man.
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Now I'm going to pretend like I'm Lloyd. So I'm going to cover up my beard so you can't see it. See, because Lloyd doesn't have a beard like that, you know. But anyway, no, Lloyd would say, yeah, Art gets around like the village bike.
We ought to let Rodney go now.
Thank you, Rodney.
I
Thanks,
appreciate
Rodney.
you all coming on. I really do. Peter, good to have you. Art, good to have you. Mel, good to have you. Mitch,
Good night, John Boy.
I don't know if I'll have you on again. Just kidding, brother. Just kidding.
It's what I get everywhere I go. Why should it be any different? You know.
So, everybody out in the chat, have a good day. Hope your weekend is a fantastic weekend. And hope you all enjoyed today's show. And we'll see you next Saturday.
Good to see you, Mitch. Art.
right,
Peter. Thank you, Rodney.
See you,
See
everybody.
you guys. See you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Goodbye, guys.
Okay.
Take care, buddy.
Bye, Mitch. Bye, Rodney.
How do I
Catch you
get out of here?
Just
Little
hit-
red button.
Hit the X.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see where it says leave. There you go.
Johnny's got it.
Yeah.
All
you
right.
got it. All right.
Check.
Have a good evening, sir.
Will do. Thank you. Okay. See you later. Bye.
Hey, everybody in the chat. Take care, guys. And like I said, it was good to have you. Hope you come back next week. Bye now.